Hey, DOT community, this is a lot coming at you with a Friday night live stream. We've been missing it. Mother Creation with Gaia. Sorry, I forgot the name of the event, actually. Sorry, because we've had Gaia events already before. This is a reskill. Well, not a reskill, but a change in prestige. And a sigil relic, which is going to give synergy as well. So, I'm going to go over the event. I know this event is the in-between events for Meta Titans, so of course, not as popular, because some people are interested, some are saving, so there's a bit more of the saving as we're going to take a quick look at the leaderboard. Because we just came off the Lycon event, and of course, many players that saw that it was quite competitive for some of those top spots in the rankings, as well as a lot of souls. Everybody was going pretty far in that event, especially because of those two new relics as well that come with base horde health and damage. And as we continue to see those types of relics coming out, as much as we may be interested in the Titans that they come with, those relics are going to be something you can take into the future, and they're going to be very good relics. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Anyway, so as the pattern continues, this event, of course, has a synergy relic and a first generation 5-star, and that is being offered for 24K. So the pattern is going to continue. I would assume in the next time we see the calendar being updated that after we see the next, we'll take a look at the calendar later too as well, but after we see the next Meta Titan in 2 weeks, that the next event after that will also have one of the first generation 5-stars in it, as well as next week will be a Finish Plus, so on and so forth. So it's first gen 5-star event with some sort of, prestige or reskilled Titan, and a synergy relic for them, and then the next event is going to be a Finish Plus, and then you get your Meta Titan. So it's a 3 weeks rotating schedule, as it seems to be, well, at least for a little while, because they have plenty of relics to roll through still. So, of course, this one having Earthshaker in it. I do have one myself. Having more than one Earthshaker is not bad, because again, they're the first generation 5-stars, excluding Shadow Dancer. All of them have the all troop damage and all troop health. So, and then of course, if your third skill is also something really good, such as the one the Earthshaker has, which is Titan and troop melee resist. As well as, I do want to make one other quick note with all these Finish Pluses with the golden relics that are currently going on right now. No, it doesn't have to pertain to this event, but they do have the opportunity to fix the relics as they go along. So when Shadow Dancer comes back around to be offered in one of these events, maybe they'll refix Shadow Dancer skills. Again, I know many of the older players are like, Zon! Shadow Dancer's been fixed, and we've been given substitute relics, blah, 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 blah. I know. But I'm just saying, since they have taken the opportunity to change the 5-star golden relics recently, they can also do the same for the Shadow Dancer. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. Just gonna jump in Discord. I wasn't on my voice. There we are. So, as we continue, you can use Gaia, Lycon, and Hachi. I'll tell you what, probably most people are using Lycon. Really, I mean, if you have a Hachi's, probably from that most recent event, the one with the calligraphy brush, or your Gaia, of course, as well. But, if anything, majority people, Lycon is going to be the choice. He's really fast in the raids, too. You'll see here. Mine isn't even super high level yet. But I can still able to complete the raids quite quickly. So, but besides from Gaia, we can go look at the relics that are offered in this event. A lot of players are interested in the relics because they might not have gotten them before, And as we always say, relics are forever. Let's see, who is here? Extinction, Ripley, Arash, Churro, Speaker, Bo, House. It's been like, what, 3 months since I streamed? What are you talking about? I streamed last week. So, I streamed twice last week. House. I know. What's happened a lot recently has been a lot of more test account streams and less just regular, I guess, streams from my main account. So, but yeah. I'm not going away this weekend. Of course, comparing this summer to last summer, obviously, I'm doing a bit more, but that's also because more things are available to be done, and I'm not wasting time and saying, oh well, maybe I won't. No. So, and Princess Z's birthday weekend is next Sunday, so it's gonna be nice. All right. So I'll be away again next weekend. I know, there's a lot. And then a few more times. Although, looks like at the end of August.
Right, stop going away so much.
What?
Stop going away so much.
Well, besides from the Blues Festival, this is my typical, going to visit my daughter as much as I possibly can kind of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on for me in July and December. Those are the 2 months that are usually the busiest months of the year for me, period. Besides from that, everything else usually falls into place. But July, I'm barely home, except for when I'm working during the week. Then I'm just home at night to sleep. All right, so anyway, interesting thing is 5 tokens is at 7,500, which is nice, because if you want to grab that epic token at 7,000, that's definitely a feasible goal. If you're like me and have a lot of portal stones and a lot of time, actually, because previous weekends, obviously, if I wasn't interested, I wasn't going far. And also, if I was interested, I was just using all my saved relics and everything else like I did last weekend. So, I only spent 10k gems total in that last event because of just saved relics and obviously using some of the gems that you get in the event, plus as well, the relics you get in the event as well. Anyway, so besides from that, though, of course, many players will probably go to 2,500. If you want to get into top 100, my best suggestion is to shoot for 45. And if you don't have a team of 50 players that are also shooting for maybe 45 as well, you might have a hard time getting in top 100. I don't want to tell people that, right where the mark is, because it fluctuates. It's not a guarantee at all. But, you want to get as many people on the same page and shooting for goals that are high enough that your team will still fall in that top 100 spot. And you will still, obviously benefit from getting, 4 tokens, and at the same time, too, all the extra, portal stones and gems and everything in here as well. And a little bit of DGs, the 50 you get. Better than doing nothing and getting nothing, because you can still get a 4-star Titan that way and not actually spend any money whatsoever. Now, yes, there's a time factor, but you do have to take that into account. Wukong 10,000 if you need him for the Pantheon, and or he was reskilled. But the Pantheon is huge with the Chinese New Year relics. The Devout Jingu is probably up there now in the top 3 relics in the game. That's not 5-star. Sorry. So, 4-star relics, top 3. Okay? The Devout Jingu is incredibly good. So, yeah, you do have to have this Wukong character here to be able to obtain that relic in the Pantheon. So, if you don't have Wukong, highly recommend grabbing one. Besides from that, of course, there's another token there at 11,000, as well as, obviously, if you're getting Wukong, if you can just go get the next token as well, if that's where your stopping point is. Always go the extra 1,000 if there's another event relic token that you can use in the next event. Could give you a 3-star. Not going to say 4-star, but it could give you a 3-star. So, Gaia's Amulet. For Gaia, you should use it. with that corrupted Goliath's health and armor. If you're obviously going with, there is the Titan and Troop earth damage as well, but if you're trying to do some sort of defensive build, I'd throw it on. Unless you're just doing straight offense, then you might skip it. But Stone Pantheon is definitely going to be the one that you do want to have as well for the future. This is one of the first relics we saw with the Titan and Army critical, like the everybody getting critical and higher percentage. So Stone Pantheon was well sought after when we first came out, and we've seen Draco Venenum and a few other relics as well, Devout Jingu, that are giving high boost in Army critical, as well as stuff as Titan troops resist against melee. It's something like that in there with a critical boost, which is really nice. And then, of course, it does have the Corrupted Goliath damage and armor piercing. So, the Stone Pantheon, this one is going to be the offensive, obvious opposite of the Gaia's Amulet being the defensive relic. And then, of course, the new Gaia Sigil. This is the one that's making things, obviously a lot better than what currently was put out for Gaia. So, Titan and Troop Earth damage is the first skill. Titan and Troop Armor Piercing. And then the Omega Goliath and Corrupted Goliath Earth damage. That's nice right there. And then, of course, the synergies as well. Just increasing the aura size as well as invoking Earth Warden now grants 50% Earth Army Earth damage. And then the Invoke Cataclysmic Rage now grants 100% chance on Titan Critical. So, there you go. Is it going to make a huge, massive, impactful difference for the Gaia Sigil? I haven't tested it on the test account. But, from what we've seen in the past, it hasn't made them better than the current meta attacker. But this could be the difference maker. I haven't seen anybody put any videos out, so when it comes down to attack videos, but we'll see. Anything happens.
Yeah, but they fell about 600 or 800 armor piercing short on Gaia.
Yeah. So, thank you for joining, Vintage. We got Churro, and actually, I'm not going to call you a Vintage whatsoever on this stream. It's going to be number 2. Yes, hello, number 2. Why would I say that? Why would I say that, Vintage?
The deuce.
Yes. Vintage.
Yes, everyone, behold the global player VP rankings.
Yes. We will go there now really quickly. I was told about this earlier, so I had to make sure I mentioned something. There it is.
I've had conference call hell week. I've been on conference calls like hours and hours and hours every day, and I've been playing all day, every day.
Okay, so this actually works out well with your work schedule, I see. So, excellent. Yes,
that's how you get 40 million VP on Friday.
40 million. So the only other person above you has got 47.7, probably pushing 48 tonight.
I'm not catching Abby.
Yeah. So, but very awesome. So does that mean that you are numero uno over in your alliance, Mr. Vintage?
I'm number 1 in our league, on our server.
Oh, in your league. Well, yeah, I guess that's true too. Yeah, I would imagine that's the case too.
Hey, what alliance is this Vintage guy in?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. The only reason I say about it being in your alliance, though, Vintage, is because there's some of those big hard hitters in there. Hashtag Nitrum that have been up there, leading the way as well. So when it comes down to you having your week, it's pretty nice.
Well, the fortunate thing about this week is, first of all, I had the time to do this, but second of all, thank goodness Nitrum is moving. That's the only reason I'm ahead of him.
This is true.
He's literally moving. That's the only reason I'm ahead of him.
That's nice. He's in the chat. I knew it, so I had to say something. What's up, Lewis, MN, and Val? Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I'm going for 50 million, and unless somebody can pass me on the server, it'll be the first time I've been number 1 on a Legend server.
There you go.
So, bucket list, baby.
Yeah, bucket list.
Are you grinding the whole tournament?
Yeah. I almost got 20. I almost have 20K already. Pure grind.
I thought I saw that. I go, wait a minute. this is something else, because usually you're done in like the first 3 hours. I'm like, when I saw you at 13K, I was like, he's grinding it.
Yeah, well, you've done it, House. You've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, I've done it quite a few times. Yeah, it's man, there's a lot of stuff you can get leveled.
Yeah. All right, real quick, just to look back at the last part of the rewards slider. Besides for the sigil at the very end, you also have, of course, more DGs and Earthshaker. Now, I did mention this at the beginning. Earthshaker's a great relic, first gen champion relic as well. So with it coming with the melee resist, which is huge, as well as the troop damage and troop health. And for newer players, yes, all of these skills are unlocked at level 1. So you do get all the benefits right off the bat. So, yes. Now, these are worth 2k DGs if you're a newer player and you just want to pull. There's that option. Or, obviously, this is at the end of the event. So if you don't have, some saved up gems or event tokens, it may not be something that you're as interested in, instead of getting maybe something like a golden relic and a finish plus, or just saving your DGs up and going that route. So it just depends on what you're able to do being a newer player. Because it's not something that I would just say, you have to get it, go to the end. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. But if you're a player that definitely is interested in grabbing all the first gen 5 stars, we'll see. Also, I did mention this earlier too. I don't know if everybody on Discord heard this, but when Shadow Dancer comes along, for the first gen events, like the ones that happen right after the Meta Titan, when that happens, I wonder if they'll fix the skills again. We'll see.
Please fix it, please.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe they will. They'll just be like, hey, listen, we got another opportunity. It's going to be worth 24,000, and it'll actually be the cheapest you'll ever have to spend for it currently, and it'll probably be the best skills it's ever had. Hopefully. That
relic's been nothing but problems in this game. It was controversial when it came out. They had a debacle attempting to fix it. Totally screwed that up. And it's literally the worst 5-star in the game. Please fix it.
So, yes. Because they're going through with the golds next week. Obviously, Finish Plus will be a gold 5-star. So, of course, they've been going through a lot of those and fixing them along the way now. So, they have the opportunity.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So, with that said, what am I grinding with? That's right. With Earthshaker. So, I mean, obviously, it's a great choice. I only have one personally myself, but when it comes down to what's the best choice for the build, I said it in my test account videos. I think the Earthshaker's great. So I just have, of course, the 2 relics that I've been leveling up with them, and I have others that are already maxed waiting. So that's pretty much how I've been going. It's been super fast raiding with them. So I've been loving it. Now, is that who you're using to blast through all your battles, Vintage, or who are you using?
I'm leveling the second Lycan.
Okay. Now, what kind of build do you have on that one?
I have Earthshaker, I have Golden Scales, I have Staff of Poison, and the Skid Blodnir. And with the Skid Blodnir... What the Skid Blodnir does, along with the Golden Scales, if you have a group of battalion units, you can drop 1 terror in the middle, and it nukes all of them.
Yep. The Skid Blodnir is the boat.
Yeah, it's the boat. Came with Frigg synergy.
I got a level 4 of them.
Yeah, and also the Golden Scales that Vintage was referring to also does, what is it? Is it lengthen the time of the terror as well, or is it as well as the damage?
I'd have to look at it. I know it increases the damage and you get 3 free spells, but
yeah,
maybe it's the radius.
It might be the radius. Oh, Razorback. Predictions on the calendar. We're going to do that in a little bit. I got the blog we're going to take a look at the 2 new Pantheon relics that were put out on the blog this week, both of them, as well as we're going to look at the calendar for some of the next upcoming events as well. So,
you know what Titan I really want to see reskilled? I would love to see a reskilled Minotaur, Corrupted Spearman, and Omega.
well,
I'm in on that.
well, you know why that's a good choice, because he's going to be required to be in one of those 2 new Pantheon relics. So
that's what I'm saying. I think.
Well, there's only one other thing that might happen.
Titans are coming up.
He might also get put in a secondary slot and offered at like 10 to 12,000. There is that.
He could, but
I
feel like he's going to be one of the main ones. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't make
He was a flagship defender. It'd be nice to get a reskill.
Or they'll put him
that's the thing.
They'll put him in a solo event, or they'll put him in Conquest, which we need one. Is not in the current. Honestly, it's not in the current setup right now, but it could be in the Conquest.
Yes, as long as he, I don't care what kind of event he's in, as long as he's just, with a good reskill and he's, up to par and so forth.
Well, they won't reskill him if he's in Conquest. They just throw him in.
Well, no, he was already in where you could pull the things and get them for free.
Oh, you're talking about Altar of Abundance?
No.
The Relics of War thing. Yeah.
War. You could get
that's true. That's true.
They're not reskilling him.
That's not a good sign.
Definitely not a good sign.
You're asking, why do I have so much corn? That is from the resource glitch in the game, which of course happens when it happens. Typically when there is a disconnect from the internet while you are playing the game. My power went off here during one of my live streams. It's actually documented here on YouTube. How long ago was it? I would say almost a year, maybe longer. Obviously, you can go through my videos and see by, checking the amount at the top of every live stream and then clicking out of it. But it was more than a year ago, I'm pretty certain. But after that happened, my food continued to go above the necessary limits. So, of course, I'm just going to obviously keep it, just because I never use any food almost ever except for, what's it called? Forging and fusing, so. So really, in all essence, and I barely ever build troops, because on a regular basis I rarely have troop loss. But that's, again, how you play the game. If you play the game with a lot of troop loss on a regular basis, well, then you might need a little bit more food. Yeah, running out of food for fusion events is always very common. Now, for some reason, sometimes they don't list when the fusion events are going to happen. Sometimes they do. Unfortunately, that does happen. But typically, we'd like to know ahead of time on when. Now, fusion events always happen on Monday. Fusion Feast also happens on Monday, but it doesn't have the actual bonus in XP. It's just a reduction in food. That is something that can be beneficial to players that typically run out of food, but you're not getting any bonus XP for it. It's just the regular amount of XP, whether it's if it's the same class of Titan, you do get a bonus more than the normal fusion, if that is something that you might not have known about. So if you do fuse between the same class, you will get more XP for doing so. That's on the regular basis, but then on the fusion events, you will get even more XP as well. Prestige event, that's something, of course, we keep on reiterating over and over again. It would be very interesting to have something like that, where there's some sort of bonus for prestiging on that day. But that does make you hold more Titans in your Titan Hall, so that is a downside. I mean, I know players that do that already, including myself, that hold on to 3-star Titans for fusion events, if you can, or start stacking them and stuff like that, just to get them, fusing smaller Titans into them so that they're They're more or less food banks for your fusion events. But yeah. Also, though, it would be nice if those same, if they did have some sort of prestige bonus event, that on that same day you would be allowed to, take prestige off of Titans, or if you use a Titan with prestige, you get something bonus out of it. Because players with Titans that are prestige, that are old, and doing nothing, those players feel cheated if they are using Titans with that kind of prestige. Sorry, I'm going to do this a lot faster. I'm trying to be as informative at the same time, but of course, I want to get these battles rolling. Boop.
Yeah, what if you could take a prestige off a Titan and put it onto another Titan and get like at least half of it? Say you had prestige 10 on an old Titan and put it into a new Titan and get like prestige 5.
Extinction. Show them who has more VP than Zalon. All right, let's take a look. Hey,
oh wow!
Is it your mini? Oh, it's probably your mini, Extinction.
Is it really?
Well, I got 1.7.
I was gonna say that's pretty good. You got
1.7. For a Friday night for me. Yeah, that was because since the event peeled over into Monday of obviously this last week. My VP was almost at 1 mil on Monday. I was like, whew, this is new for me. But that, again, that's straight battle. That's straight battling at 2.8K VP per battle. So again, that's not me doing.
Wait a minute! I thought you got kicked out of NTG.
What? No.
Not you. Mr. Muscle Man over here.
It won't scroll really well for me here, Extinction. I don't know why. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It's like super laggy.
Okay, wait, question. So, just one more thing about the whole, the Greek Titan pantheon and stuff like that. What even are the main Greek Titans? Like, I know there's Athena, Zeus. What's the guy with the champion one, the militia? Dionysus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what other ones are there? I kind of missed out on that whole group.
Artemis, Kronos,
and Kronos, that's right. Okay.
Oh,
well, I mean, Kronos already got his big reskill, which was amazing.
We're getting a new Kronos is fantastic.
Yes, agreed.
We're getting a reskill at the Junkyard, and guess what? Vintage is going all in.
Oh, on Dionysus?
Guaranteed finish, 1 hour.
Guaranteed finish?
If they do a legit reskill on Dion and I get the pull axe, yeah, that's going to be an insta finish.
Insta finish. Woo! These are some pretty choice words here. Insta finish, huh?
Man, give militia just. Oh man. Something like
I just want to reskill
Dion.
Imagine if you gave it the militia the stats of the Legionnaires. Bam! Just right off the get go on a reskill.
Maybe I can have Dion with just 5 Legionnaires that I can place.
Exactly. Can you imagine that?
That would be disgusting.
It would be. And you can retrain them and how fast they retrain. Boom, boom, boom. That's just 200 militia lined up, ready to go.
Speaking of Legionnaires, I finally got enough food and stuff to get my Minerva to P2, and using her for attack, I know she's a main defender, but she's so fun to pick on people as an attacker.
Yeah, Minerva's sneaky good attacker.
Any one of those, and what I'll purposely do is I will use all militia. They die quicker. Those Legionnaires spawn out faster, and it's hilarious seeing those Legionnaires just roll stuff.
Yeah, I mean, original P10 Minerva, the only thing that would beat it was a P10 Minerva.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, I was going to say, like, she is, and the funny thing is that out of the Archmages, she was the only one that I decided to go for, simply because I was like, the Legionnaires seemed like a cool little gimmick. the fact that, Rome goddess, history, thing with me for that was cool. So I was just like, okay, why not? I didn't realize at the time how much of a freaking gem she was going to be.
All right, so how long do I want the live stream to last? We have all these portal stones. Which one will I select?
In the 5th hour.
What? Which one will I select? Whatever I choose, we're just going to take it down to 0. So I'm thinking 200. Thinking 200, because that guarantees that no matter what, by the end of that, if I want to add a little more, I can with like another 75 if I want, or whatever, or another 100. That's pretty good. We'll start with that.
I say use them all.
I'm not going to be here until like 3 in the morning, all right? I got to get some sleep. Now, if I didn't work today, that'd be a different story. I'm really looking forward to the winter break. Not for the weather, because I actually it's nicer in the spring and fall here. But as soon as I have the time, especially when Conquest comes out, I'm going to call it now, December Conquest. We're doing a 10-hour live. No, I don't know about 10. We're doing an 8-hour live stream. 8 hours. I'll do at least 8 hours. That'll catch at least a good amount of time zones. Guaranteed.
Question for you guys who did this most recent, the Lacan event. What did you think about them doling out all those element tokens?
Let's see. Best way to put it. I believe that was just them continuing to throw out more stuff to try to appease people, but they know whether they like it or not, it's not going to make everybody happy. That's what I think happened. So, okay, let's look at it this way. How many people got stuff for this event? Everybody? Did everybody get a free gift for this event too as well?
I did.
I think so, yeah.
I'm only asking this because I didn't go out and post in every single Discord and chat room everywhere. Did everybody get a free gift? Now, I know some other people have, so I'm asking, did everybody get a free gift for this event?
I got free.
Yeah, okay, because I'm pretty certain everybody did.
I got that bundle right when I logged in.
Yeah, so so we're looking at the free gifts for this event because, one, they didn't think this event was going to be popular, so that happens. But also, it's to get people to still think, come on, get over the last weekend. So that's what I thought that appeared to be. Throwing me off my grind. Hold on. I gotta keep rolling here.
I was happy.
And then they also had all the tokens that they threw out there. Plus, they threw out all the stuff at the beginning of the event to actually do it. So, I know the second round of stuff that was given out was because players were receiving multiple Lycans in their treasury at the end on Monday because the event was like triggering that it was finished, but it really wasn't, that kind of thing. Because I know some players were showing some stuff up and like, I got even more. So
yeah, they got the Alliance Awards.
Yeah.
Oh. Some people did.
Yes.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
One of those things, right?
Yes.
I think it was the same group of people that got the first set. That was the whole problem because, like I said, they never changed their alliances. That bug was still there.
No, because you know what? I never got the first set. I got the whole second set.
You got shit.
I logged in. I got the season rewards, and then I got an elemental token they gave me, and then they gave me a level 10 Lycan, and then I logged back out. When I logged back in, I'm like, why is my treasury all full? I went in there and everything was there, so I clicked again, and I got everything in an elemental token, a Cyrus, a new Lycan, and then at the end of the season again, I got another Lycan.
Yeah, we know you P10'd him. We know. We saw it.
Oh, I did. I did. So I ended up with 4 Lycans and I think 13,000 DGs after, adding on to the DGs I had.
Well, yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
that's crazy if you got 13k DGs in general.
No. After adding on to what I had, and then portal stones, like I'm still sitting on like 16 or 1700 portal stones.
Well, that's because you got a whole bunch. Didn't you get a whole bunch during Portal Surge?
This is like
No, I did. I didn't use any of them from Assault.
Okay.
Darn it. See, this just undermines. Like I said, I know they want us to get over things, but I mean, I just feel for the people that actually spend and invest actual money in this. It just brings down the value. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you wonder, like, why spend on it when we're just going to get it for free anyways?
Yeah, many players would think that. I also, well, I wasn't expecting for the bug to happen in the end at all. So one way or another.
I knew it was
The
gonna
bug in the
happen again.
beginning is something that's
why I
happened
don't-
before, but the bug at the end,
the event.
I don't truly think that's been something that we've even seen before.
No. Go back on my stream and Shigong called it on Sunday.
Did he? What? That it was going to happen on Monday?
No, he goes, you better finish the tourney. We were talking on Sunday when I was doing it's supposed to be the Chance and House stream, but it's turned into the House stream.
Yeah.
And Shigong says, I suggest finishing this tourney because knowing them, something funky's going to go on tomorrow. And sure enough, it did.
It did. All right, so Austin Bird, anyone else have their game freeze if you attack too fast?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There's your answer.
So,
Go to the troop screen.
I'll tell you you have to wait till all your troops load up.
Yep. Yeah, if you try to go too fast, it just absolutely locks up your game, and then what it does for me is that it'll kick me out. Like if I try to load up battles too fast, or like if I'm really trying to speed raid, if I do it too fast, it'll just straight kick me out the game, and I have to restart it.
There you go.
So you have to let all your troops load up, then you can battle, and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I just go to this. I just click into the spell screen and then go battle, and that's it. It works for me.
Yeah, I do the troop screen. I'm doing it right now as I'm grinding.
I can tell you what, if you go complain at them and tell them that this is happening to you, they'll give you gems.
Depends on how many times you do it there, Mr. House.
I mean,
Don't go preaching every time you got a problem. You're gonna get the same results because that's not true. Not true.
But I complain and they handed gems down.
Right. Corey Truelove, free gifts can only go so far. Constant errors and bugs will end up killing the game. Agreed. Absolutely agree. Constant errors and bugs will just make players so frustrated that they're going to say, why bother? And that needs to...
well, it's not exactly like this game is like easy to pick up and immediately be meta and playing with the high guys, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're losing players that have been playing for a long time, you don't just easily replace them.
Correct. Now, when this happened during the Hachi event, Darshigong, that was for a reskilled Hachi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is not a Meta Titan.
Exactly. This one's way worse.
Was on a Meta Titan. Exactly. So it does create a major fluctuation in how much certain people will have.
Yeah, especially on a Titan that, you can take out the top defenders in the game that people actually invested time and money into. That's not a good thing.
But at the same time, likely money players who mostly got glitch. Adam, if you're referring to what happened from the event, it was the players that were able to log in during the time that the open window happened. That had nothing to do whether if you spent money or not. In the beginning. And I guess on the end, too. I did not know that it was the players that actually had the initial glitch in the beginning were the ones that were also receiving the event rewards at the end. So there you go. If you were the fortunate player to log in the beginning of the event during that initial window when that happened, your event timer still went off basically at season end, even though it was showing that you were running the regular event.
Did you get anything things on?
Oh, me? No, I got nothing. I was at work. Majority of players, at least on the U.S. side, I believe during that time, were either asleep or at work. If you don't play at work. Some people probably jump in right when the event starts if you are able to play while you're working. You can't do it while you're sleeping. So the West Coast players were most likely asleep when the event started.
Yeah, I was West Coast, but I was up at that time.
But that's because you're old.
Actually,
That's because you're old, House.
Oh God!
Wow.
No, it's all right, House. It's okay. It's because you wake up early. That's fine. I wake up early too. That's just to go to work.
Speaking of portal stones, I have like 7,800 of them.
You should grind.
I know, that's a thing. I still grind, and I still somehow end up with all these frickin' portal stones.
Well, yeah. Well, it's events back to back that have lots of portal stones. So in events where, like, for instance, myself last weekend, I needed to get the event done, and I needed to do it with event relics. So being the fact that I put in and got 3 of the small packages, which is typically what I would do during a Meta Titan event like this, or during a Finish Plus, and then also used my save. I think I had like 9 or 10 saved up event tokens, plus the ones in the event, plus the gems in the event, did all that, and I had so many portals. You always have whenever you buy those packages, they give you so many portal stones. So you never use any of the ones in the event. So they stack. And then I was using saved up portal stones to do Assault, which I didn't go super far, but I got I got at least 2 or 3 portal stone rewards in that. And that rolled over. So I have all this stuff, and now I'm getting more in this event. You know what I mean? So they just keep rolling. I have like a good 900 right now. Well, less because I obviously,
So he has 8,000.
7,800.
Yeah, I could go through those in one tournament.
My thing is that, like, I don't know. I get so many, at least for me personally, I get so many through battle drops. And then just the past couple of assaults and stuff like that, I've finished both the last previous assaults. And I'm very picky and choosy when it comes to events. I'm not an event player, really. I really rarely do events. But stuff like Assault, Conquest, all these kind of stuff, all those other ones, I do them.
Well, the investment in time is very, it's worth it. That's why it's good to do that. That's Razgriz. That's Razgriz, just so everybody knows. I'm sorry I didn't introduce everybody when they came on, but yeah, we got Churro, Darshigon, House, Razgriz, and Wrecking Nomad.
You can do every event and everything probably for about $60 a month.
Well, for the most part, I'm usually only getting the $100 deal every 2 to 3 months pending. So, and I only say pending because it depends on the Finish Plus event and any solo events. And a lot of times, I'm passing. I'm passing this weekend. I didn't say where I was going in this event. Sorry. In this event specifically. Oh, let's get those DGs. Oh no, it didn't click. All right, good. I didn't want to click more portal stones. But yeah, I'm probably going to. I'd like to go to 75, get that epic token. But we'll see. We'll see how far I get. But yeah, for the most part, I'm getting another Earthshaker, Gaia Sigil, another Gaia. I mean, Stone Pantheon. I like it a lot. It's going to be a great relic for the future as well. Gaia's Amulet.
Are you doing that? You gonna do this?
No. I said 7,500. That's where I'd like to go for this event.
Okay.
But I'm talking for other players that are looking at it from a perspective of I don't have any of this stuff. So I mean, it just depends on really what you're looking for, relic wise and or Titan wise. If you want Gaia, you want a strong Earth attacker. That's up to you.
I just can't see doing this again. I got 3 Earth Shakers.
See,
I already have Gaia and
a lot of players. Oh yeah, sorry. We can go to the leaderboard too as well. You can see it's reflected in the communities how much interest is in specifically these relics in this Titan. Again, like I said, some players will go all the way, and there's nothing wrong with that because I've gone all the way, and other players are like, "Oh, I'm not doing this." So I've been there too. It doesn't mean that if you are going all the way that you're some sort of outlier. And you're not doing it right. No, you're fine. Trust me. What you get out of this game is the pure enjoyment of your playstyle, which means if you need specific relics or titans that you're interested in, or relics for a titan that you already are working on, something like that, well then do what you need to do.
I also just found it interesting that they sold another $100 pack with Hachiman in it. They've done several packs with Hachiman in it recently.
Yeah, actually, looking at this pack currently, when it comes down to $100 packs, it's only because of that calligraphy brush. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a great relic. They, 2 Earth tokens, and Hachi. This is the new one too. So new Hachi, 2 Earth tokens, 4-star and a 3-star, 100 portal stones. But that calligraphy brush, I need it to extinction. But I don't. To me, I'm not putting down a hundo for it. But I have to say, the calligraphy brush though probably has some players going. Did you do it, House?
I got the brush. I showed extinction. I grinded that whole tournament.
Oh, you got that one? Okay.
Yeah, when those relics come out and you look at that relic, you're like, getting that. Just like you have to have the new Titan that's coming out to get that pomegranate. That pomegranate's some relic.
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Let's take a look at that. I'm sorry, I did promise that as well. So let's take a look at those the 2 new Pantheon relics coming out. I'm over 2,000 souls. Alliance is at 102. We'll get there though. It's Friday. Tomorrow we'll go under 100, and we'll stay under 100 after tomorrow because the rest of the Alliance will wake up.
Hey, put that pomegranate on the new Titan, like Kayan.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about it. It'll wipe out everything.
So here we are on Friday night, and the number one team, is I don't want to say just over, but 54,000 over, half a mil. You know what I mean? 554,000. Rank 1. Second place is just about 400K. So that should tell you right away that even when you get down to the bottom here of top 50, of it being under 200,000, it's at 176, and top 100 is at more or less, you can look at my alliance here at the bottom, I'd say top 100 is probably like 135, maybe a little bit less. Maybe
I don't think it's that high.
133. Well, no, we're at 102 and we're at 129. All right, so it's like 131.
131. I was gonna say it's
all right. 131. The numbers are tight, and that's because everything, in my opinion, everybody's straight grinding. Everybody's got a lot of portal stones, and there's a lot of straight grinding going on. Not a lot of event relics are being used. So
a lot of people got like hands and extra like hand relics to level up, so you got to grind.
Yeah. Gosh darn, God, I get it though. I get it, but yeah, you're right.
You got new Titans got to come out before you get the pomegranate because it's olive bronze.
Oh yeah, now okay, we keep talking about it. All right, we got to go check it out. That's gonna probably reload, but it's okay. We got to check out the pomegranate. Especially when Speakerface says pomegranate. We have to check it out.
Yeah, but you got to wait for the new Titan come out yet, haven't you?
Well, we got a little bit of a tease though on it. But here, wait. Let's look at the Trojan horse first. All right, we'll look at the pomegranate. So it's Persephone's vow. Persephone's vow is the pomegranate. So What's shorter to say? Persephone's Vow or Pomegranate? I don't know. Somebody will make some sort of short term for it, and then everyone will say it afterwards, because it seems like a mouthful. All right, so anyway, 50% Titan and Troop all elemental damage, 30% Titan and Troop all elemental resist. I like in that second skill. First skill is generic now at this point, and then 50% Titan and Troop armor and armor piercing. 50% is pretty nice. We see a lot of 40% armor and armor piercing, so now they're upping it to 50 now on a few more of these relics. All right.
It's the synergies that are good.
This is where it's at. Although, remember, we can't forget about that whole 30% Titan and Troop all elemental resist. We like that.
Awesome
we like that being there. But anyway, so here we go. Hyperion, of course, Darcigon, thank you.
You need him.
Hyperion, Oceanus, Lycon, and Gaia. Now this is the weird part, is why Gaia is included in this group, but it's because Gaia was not included on the Pantheon relic for the rest of the Dragon Slayers. So, yeah. Anyway, so at relic level 5, 30% base health for all specialized troops. That's the Potomi Warriors, the Potomi Lords, the Twilight Panthers, the Twilight Horde, and the Corrupted Goliath. So it's like Corrupted Goliath, but yeah, I just want to make sure Gaia's included. And then Hyperion's specialized troops. So of course they're not going to give us anything more. They're not going to tell us what they are, but 30% base damage for all specialized troops just at level 10. So having base health and base damage is pretty insane. Straight up. Now, it's only for the specialized troops, but it's going to make that Oceanus' defense a lot more. It's going to make it more difficult. Lycan's going to be a lot better of an attacker, in my opinion, as well. Just with that extra base damage. And Hyperion, we'll see. We'll see exactly how that all pans out, but Hyperion, I would assume, is going to be a defender. So, and the next one to come out. Does that mean also, too, there's going to be plenty of players as well that are going to say, Salon, does that mean there's only going to be 3 Epsilon Titans? Does everybody hear that question coming out? Because I don't think so.
It'll sound just like that, too.
Yeah, will it, real quick, will it sound just exactly the same? I know, I think so, too. But, because I love it when I hear other YouTubers do that, too. They do the impression of people that constantly ask questions. You're like, oh, come on, please. It's all right. But Hyperion, Oceanus, Lycon, no, they're not going to be the only Epsilon Titans. If they decide to make the Epsilon Titans right now as being meta, that they're going to switch to something else in a few weeks after after Hyperion comes out, I don't know. That would be kind of nuts if they just wanted to switch out that quickly, because that wouldn't. I mean, it does leave right here because you're using Gaia, Oceanus, Lycon, and Hyperion to make the collection. So do you need another one? No, essentially. Unless they would like to put out another 3 or 4 Titans to make another collection possible in the future. But Epsilon Titans, in my opinion, just like the Sorcerers or Dragon Slayers, but Sorcerer Titans, we're gonna see more of them as well. Just like we've seen Greek and Norse Titans come out after the original set of Greek and Norse Titans were released in the past. So, that's my opinion.
I think all the sigils will be in the Divine Altar sometime on offer.
I'm sorry, what was that, Speaker Race?
I think at some time they'll have all them sigils on offer in the Divine Altar. They'll have a row of them, you can get so many.
Oh, you think, what's it called? They'll offer some of these Pantheon relics again in the Divine Altar?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, that would be something
No. The sigils, what you're getting.
Oh, the sigils right now, you think they're going to be offered? Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see them reoffering the sigils. And if they did something like that, I probably, if there was any that I was interested in, I'd probably pick one out if I was truly, and the price was right. So
that's why they'll put them up, because people will go for them who haven't done the event.
This is true.
I think these sigils are great if, like, let's say, like, back in the Dragon Slayer meta, you actually P10'd a Dragon Slayer. This is cool. I mean, I think that's where you get the most benefit from it. If you didn't P10 the Dragon Slayer, I don't see much point in going. That's why I haven't gone for any of the sigils, really, because I didn't P10 any of the Dragon Slayers other than Zababa. So if they have a Zababa freaking sigil, then yeah, I'll probably do that one because she's already P10. Why not?
There you go. And that's some good way to look at it as well. I mean, a lot of players as well will sometimes either Prestige 7 or Prestige 10 a Titan based on the fact that they have the 5-star relic and other relics to go with them. Sometimes people won't for the simple fact that they don't have the relics. So, all right, looking at the Trojan Horse, and then I'll go back to grinding. So, Trojan Horse requires Kronos, Dionysus, Cerberus, and Minotaur. So, of course, as long as you got one of the most recent Cronoses, there's that. Dionysus should be coming back here soon. Same thing with Cerberus, if you've been watching Darshigon's videos. And Minotaur, the whole lineup right there is all going to be possible reskill re-releases here very soon. So
that's why I think Minotaur is going to get a reskill, because usually when they create a whole separate pantheon for a very, really good relic, usually these Titans... You know, and again, like Vintage said, Minotaur was a capstone defender for a very long time.
He was one of my first ones that I took to 60 and actually had on defense while he was good.
Yeah, I never got Minotaur. The first time I ever got Minotaur was because I pulled him from Relics of War just for some prestige food for my Minerva. So that's the first time I'd ever even had Minotaur.
I fused a level 48 Dionysus into Lycan last week, and now he's in this.
Oh, speaker face. Have you not learned your lesson? Have you not learned it?
I fused away a maxed out Minotaur a few months ago.
Always keep at least one copy.
One copy.
Oh, yeah.
One copy, speaker face. Now, I used to preach that well before Pantheon was even a thing, and that was just because I wanted one of all the 4-star Titans. There also was a lot less of them at the time. So now it's more of a necessity to the fact that there's a lot of Pantheon relics that come out. Devout Jingu, Chinese New Year Titans, that, you know, if you don't get it, pretty much a good majority of your, especially defensive setups, are going to struggle with the fact that the percentages of the relics that you have may not be as high as other people have with certain Pantheon relics. So
I've got the Devout Jingu maxed out.
Well, there you go, speaker face. That's good. That's a great example of a really, really good Pantheon relic. But with the fact that it's basically using all older Titans that a majority of players might have tossed away. So
I've just got your 3-star round table.
Oh, well, good for you as well, speaker face. That's excellent, because you know in the future with these new DG Titans come out, I'll just slide this in here. They're going to add the 2 new DG Titans to the synergy at the bottom, right? Right, developers? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's gonna happen. Because I wanted to.
Just for that, they're going to take away 2 Titans. They're like, you know what?
Yeah, right. We're
gonna make this only for Arya and Urkon. That's all.
Please don't. Please make. Even though if we get a reskilled Arya, it will be super cool. But at the same time,
if she's done right,
it's true. It's true. But still, you know, I still want to make sure that you know that the relic has some functionality for the future. So, especially if it's that Void Sorcerer. If it's that Void Sorcerer that we keep on seeing, if that's one of the new DG Titans and it's super awesome and she's super awesome, oof, that would be nice.
I'm buying her.
Won't that make it? There's been 6 Archmages then with this Void one. Like there was 6 Dragon Slayers or something like that.
Speaker, you blew your DGs. You ain't
I
getting
think
there.
so. I think that makes
I've
6.
got a lot back now, House.
Do you?
I've got a lot back now.
Oh, I think I got that Scorpion, right?
Yeah, I've nearly maxed that out now.
Oh, nice.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they reskill the Sigurd's Graham for the Chronos event?
Yes.
I was gonna say, because before that, wasn't the Sigurd's Graham just, like, absolutely garbage?
Yep. It was all in the Titan, but now that it does the troops, it helps. It actually helps.
I noticed that because I thought it was just the Titan, and then I saw that it was like at level 1, like 90% Titan and troop health, and I was just like, oh my god! Like it actually turned into a Grey Relic, and I've got 2 of them now. So for me, that was just like I had one. But it was really nice because it gives me hope for Shadow Dancer, because I've had Shadow Dancer. It was the first 5-star relic I ever pulled, and it gives me hope now that they'll eventually get to Shadow Dancer and reskill it.
If they reskill it, it will be retroactive, which is awesome. It will be.
Yes.
So
I'm so thankful that the devs are doing
all
this.
5-star reskills are retroactive, so everyone knows. So if you do get anything that doesn't look that great, don't ever get rid of it for 5-star relics.
So, they never said yet that they're gonna reskill that.
We'll see. Anyway,
So,
I mentioned it earlier enough in the stream that it's possible. So we'll see what happens. We got to keep saying it. It's up to you, House, to continue. What was that, Vintage?
Did I miss the discussion about the pomegranate turning Lycaon into a solo beast just like Mahaha?
Well, nobody said like Mahaha, but yes, we did talk about that. It's going to make Lycaon a beast. Yes,
I said Lycaon. I said a beast.
Beast. Yes.
You weren't listening, Vintage.
He was probably making some. He was probably cooking at the grill. All right.
Power outage. My power went out, but you know what doesn't require electricity? The grill.
That's true. See.
That's not true.
Why?
Oh, no.
If you got electric grill.
It does, because I have a smoker that's got Wi-Fi.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I'm a smoker. I've got Wi-Fi.
I have a Traeger. It has Wi-Fi.
Oh, the Traeger comes with Wi-Fi? Oh, get out of here, House. You're so fancy. All right, so anyway.
I swear to God it does.
The Trojan Horse synergy comes... This is what's ridiculous. The synergy with some of these that doesn't affect, like, Titans that are required to have it. So, obviously, the pomegranate, it's just the synergy is for the Titans that it requires it. In this case, it's for Poseidon, Artemis, Hades, Athena, Uranus, Zeus, Kronos, Eros, Cerberus, Dionysus, and Minotaur. So, I mean, I like that in a sense that, in all honesty, if there's that many older Titans that you're going to attach it to, you'll find one to put it on. That's how I see that. It can confuse newer players though, because if they have a few of them, they're like, which one do I put it on? Or I can't make one of them. I can't make more than one of them a really OP for a newer player. But anyway,
this just gives me hope for like the reskilled Zeus and what that's going to do for him.
Exactly. This is possible as well.
It really just gives me hope for the fact in general that a lot of these Titans that used to be fan favorites are eventually going to get reskills. But the point that, I wanted to bring up about the whole, these things being retroactive is that, these skills, like if you've got these Titans, like it's going to get updated. These relics are going to get updated, and if they keep doing that with the new reskills and everything like that, it's going to be really cool, I think. Like, there's a lot of content that they could actually bring to this where it's like they can bring a lot of these fan favorite Titans back to where what I think could happen really soon, depending on how they do it from, quote unquote balance, is that you're going to have so many choices. You're going to have so many options of Titan that you can use. Yes, some will be a cut above the rest, but just the fact that you're going to have just a plethora of Titans to choose from and just play with and have fun with good skills, I think is really exciting.
Jalon, can I make a soapbox statement?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. I just logged back in.
Okay. I think this is where Razgriz was headed, which is we're headed in an amazing direction for this game, as in having all these choices of attackers, choices of defenders, having a lot of Titans that are usable, quote, balanced in the meta, etc. I love where the game is at and where it's headed. Now, we just had this Lycan debacle. My conspiracy theory spidey senses are tingling, and I'm hoping they're not going to try and get out of this mess by making some other Titan so ridiculously overpowered everyone forgets about Lycan. So to the developers, please don't do that. You've come so far and done so many good things over the last 6 months. It's going great. Do not blow up the game and reset everyone's accounts. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks.
Yes, absolutely. And that was kind of where I was going with this, is like the way this is going, because think about it. With the reskilled Chronos and everything, for the first time in forever, we don't just have like one defender, or like with Everdur and some of these other Titans, we don't have just one attacker. Like, there's so many different Titans that you can use that are strong, they're usable, and we're starting to kind of see that variety that we had gotten a little too used to recently, and then it got blown up with the new meta. But I think they're slowly starting to realize, okay, we blew the meta up a little too hard, let's slowly try to readjust it a little bit. And minus the Lycan blunder, I think that they have actually done a pretty good job with that.
Well, yeah, because was the Titan itself, besides from the whole Panther situation, I mean not Panther situation, the well, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, the Panther situation. Besides from that, with the Titan, I think the skills and everything else on the Titan were appropriate. I didn't think things were really blown out of the water. So.
No, it's beautiful. It's a good place to start with beating Minerva regularly.
Yeah, because now there's certain Titans that are set. Well, it's not set. This is the only ones you could use to beat certain defenders. But yes, like, you know, each one of the key attackers currently right now that a lot of people are using are set up against certain key defenders on a more regular basis.
Right now, we have at least 4 excellent attackers and at least 4 or 5 competent defenders.
I mean, we've got Minerva, Kronos. I actually think Oceanus is a really good defender.
Kills
Rostam. Yes, Rostam, absolutely. And for Rostam, when he came around the second time with the sigil, I jumped on that because I already had Rostam, but I jumped on it because I was just like, Rostam is a good defender. I mean, with that stacked terror and what the sigil does, he's still such a competent defender.
Well, yeah, and then you got Beowulf, which is just a time waster.
Beowulf is a nightmare to attack. I see a Beowulf, I just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I love where the game's at, man.
And it's also nice because a lot of these defenders...
there's also the Vixia.
As attackers.
There's also the Vixia that throws you off sometimes if somebody has one.
The reskilled Vixia, yes. The reskilled... I have her. I've got her Prestige 3 with those ice archers and everything, and plus the...
free spells.
Didn't she get like a... She got a relic synergy, didn't she?
Yes.
Well, the Elethan Pendant, which has the ice archers, is
the pendant. Yes,
yeah.
It's sort of a synergy. It just adds more ice archers to her, which is good though.
It's better on Crystallis.
It'll be better on Arya when she gets reskilled. I know.
No, Arya's not good. Well, like Kane could take everything down, but P10 Chronos difficult, and P10 Minerva with the mage with the damage build is difficult.
Yeah, there's a Minerva setup that I'm still trying to crack.
I've been trying to crack it for the last like 20 times. There's one in our server.
Reskilled Zeus with Yuchi, the Yumiya relic. Drift says he'll finish that. Yeah, I need to get the Yumiya as well. The Yuchi Yumiya. Yeah, I need to grab that one.
Hey, Salon, can we talk about the chances moving and Darcy behind him and VP?
Really?
Oh,
that's
What's going on? What's up?
Oh,
that's rough, Darth Qigong.
I was freaking Austin all week, dude. I didn't come play. It's my birthday. But hey, even though check it out right now, I'm higher than Chance at least.
Did you pass him?
Yeah, I passed him.
Okay. I was going to say, because he's been moving all week.
Yeah.
Uncorrect. You got a bunch of different
she's
4-star
just
titans that you're asking about in the chat. So you want to know about Eros, Poseidon, Stormboar, Samurai with a bow. That's what's it called? Who am I thinking of?
Oni?
Oni, that's right.
No.
Huntress.
Huntress, yeah.
Yeah, so you got let's see, Eros. Eros is sweet. I like him, but I just like Omega Goliath personally myself. And
He's just outdated. That's the problem.
Yeah. I like Eros though. And then you got Poseidon. He's a bit older as well.
Garbage.
Stormboar. Yeah, well, Poseidon. Yeah, he's definitely older at this point. Stormboar, super old. But let's see, and a majority of these titans that we're referring to when we say they're older, a lot of players would use them as prestige food at this point. So it doesn't mean they don't have any point in the game. They just would be used for prestiging other titans of the same element, which is something you can do later when your castle is able to prestige titans, which is taking a level 60 titan and making them even more powerful. And then you got, let's see, Necromancer, which is good. Definitely would recommend using Necromancer if you can. I think that was because you got a free one in the event.
I was actually really happy to get a free Necromancer.
Yeah. So,
especially since I missed out on him.
Yeah, so Necromancer heavily, would suggest using that. Stormboar, prestige food. Oni, prestige food. Baba Yaga, hold for the Pantheon. If you want a 4-star elemental grasp if you don't have one yet. So you can use Baba Yaga as a Void champion if you don't have a Void champion. I'm not going to say that it's a bad choice. And leveling Baba Yaga up to 40 along with a 4-star Runa. So it's just 2 titans you actually have to level to get a 4-star elemental grasp. So if you don't have one, Elemental Grasp is a very good relic to have, and is going to be useful, I would say, forever, because it seems to be a relic that players will continuously add on when you get to that fourth, 5th, or 6th relic slot when you're like, I just need a little bit more all-troop elemental resist, and it's still throwing on more health and armor. So,
it's just one of those universal relics that's going to be good for, like you said, forever.
Yeah. So, that's why I'm not going to tell anybody with a Baba Yaga, and it's your only one, to just go ahead and not at least level it up to 40, especially if you don't have one, an Elemental Grasp, because it's an easy one to get, as long as you get a 4-star Runa, who's also pretty readily available at this point, as well as, getting a Baba Yaga. Yes. You can use them as actual leveling up food if you want to. Depends on how early of a player you are. Because when I start saying about prestige and stuff like that, that is something that happens at a little bit later castle level. So if that's going to be obviously a lot later in your gameplay, you might want to use them actually as leveling up food for your current 4-star titans you're working on. But Necromancer is being a ranger and void, and I mean, to a newer player, still meta.
Yeah, Necromancer is your best Titan right now, period.
Yeah.
That being said, if you are an early castle guy, I wouldn't be in a real hurry to burn your 4 stars just to level your Titans. Just, raid and fuse when you get Titan drops and so forth. It'll come along. Just you gotta really watch your 4-star Titans.
They're a lot easier to get with them when we first started.
I mean, 4-star Titans are like a dime a dozen almost now.
I said they're a lot easier to get before was
but we have the luxury of getting them every week, and we get extras in alliance events. It seems like we get a lot, but if you're in Gold League or something, they're a little more rare, man.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, that might be. Yeah, I agree. I guess I'm looking at it different.
That's the other thing.
But they made the early game shorter, so you're going to get to where you can prestige faster now. And honestly, I don't even have an appreciation for how long that takes now.
You know what, Vintage? I think you're correct, because you sometimes you're like, it just takes so long to get there to where I can be competitive. You're right, it does.
Yeah. Well, Uncorrect says, MN makes a great point too, especially if you can't make Horde. That's a great point too as well, because you need to be castle level 16 to make Horde. So you do have to keep that in mind as well, because not being able to make the troops is a big thing. So actually,
forgot about that.
Well, using Baba Yaga at a lower castle, being a champion, is going to be a better choice. Even if you're not using the troops, the Titan itself being a champion is going to do good. So, but at the same time too, you will get Horde drops. That is a part of the game still. It was something we asked for a long time ago, and it is something that does happen. The Horde drops in actual, from battles and stuff. So it is, if you're going to throw up a defense, you can throw Necromancer on defense. I'm not going to say it's a bad choice at all, because if you get a bunch of Horde drops and put them on defense, guess what? They don't disappear. So if you get, Horde from battles, even though you can't make them and use them in battle, they're gone. So that's just another quick tip, because players that can't make certain troops, when you put them on defense, they don't disappear.
If you're a low-level player and you did get Avenue, even the troops, they drop at 25.
That's what I was going to ask. So they do drop at full 25.
Yeah, full they do.
Oh, well, that's actually pretty cool.
Isn't it the same way with Necromancer and the Backrug? They're all at level 25 no matter what castle level?
I think it's only the Panthers.
So Extinction says Lycan drops Twilight Panthers and the Knights at 25.
No matter what level you are.
No matter what level.
Well, that's all right, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be like a boost, because then you can...
All these new troops must drop at level 25 then.
These specialized troops that come with the Epsilon Titans, yes. Well, we asked for this too as well, though. I specifically remember it being mentioned on my streams, whether it was myself or someone else in the Discord, talking about specialized troops like the ones we saw on Minerva. We definitely were interested in seeing more specialized troops coming out with Titans, being the fact that you can't create them is one thing, but being able to use them just with that one specific Titan, we always thought, at least myself, I believe the community behind it as well, enjoys that factor. I think it's cool.
They've most probably done it for the lower level players, so they can use the Titans when they go in the events and get them.
Exactly, so it's not restricting you from, for instance,
so
a Necromancer using specifically Horde. If you can't make the Horde to go with it, it's kind of like, eh. Yeah. But if the extra...
Shout out to free-to-play Zeus.
Oh yeah, what's up, free-to-play Zeus? Always enjoy your content. Always do.
Zeus.
Puts out great videos. very good perspective on the game.
Yeah. He knows it inside out.
Oh, so let's see. I haven't really heard much from Churro. He's just listening. But and Churro did an amazing job. Taking over my Friday night slot last week. So I do appreciate that, Churro. Churro does an amazing job live streaming periodically, as well as Darshigon doing his thing and putting out his great content. And House doing his thing. That was awesome.
2 hours and 40 minutes on Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. House sets aside time just so he can spend time with everyone else. Such a good guy. And Vintage putting out his content here and there as well, depending on how fiery he gets, depending on what's going on, you know. So,
Well, he said he's enjoying the gameplay at the moment. So
well, that's the thing, though, too. Vintage has been so busy with work recently, he's had nothing but time to grind. So, again, yes, being number two. For all you Brits who love Austin Powers. Number two.
I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, but number 2 had an eye patch, so.
You got an eye patch?
You have an eye patch.
Vintage will never join the cult of Apple.
I saw Vintage in the top 50 at one point in Assault.
Yeah, I have to do, I get to around 50, and then I go to sleep, and that usually keeps me in the top 100. That's usually my target.
I woke up to level 57.
Oh, and also Ethiogen's got his own channel as well. He's been growing nicely over the past couple weeks, putting out some nice leak videos, which has made things a lot easier on everyone. So, yeah. I'll tell you, it's great to see that.
So I have a question. When are we going to see the new GG Titans?
Okay, all right. So you want to know? We saw, they said, hey, there's new Pantheon that's going to show up for everybody here very soon. All right, cool. I believe either next week, during that, they're going to say, yeah, here comes the Finish Plus event. And then also hopefully give us information on the solo event from the next week, because I hate it when they don't. Honestly, developers, if you're listening this long, please post the stuff that goes on in the solo event as well. For some reason, sometimes they forget that, and it's like, And then they put the blog out literally the day of the solo event. You don't have to do that. Just literally put it in. Anyway, so we'll see that.
I think to be after Hyperion.
We'll see that. So what's going to happen is, you think so? We're going to see. So yeah. I think we're going to see something in next week's blog about either DG Titans or the next set of 5-star relics. So those chess pieces that I was showing off on my most like a stream or two ago, that is going to show up either next week or the week after. I don't believe they're going to put information about both of them in the same one. I don't think. I think it'll be split over 2 weeks. So
I think what they need to do, at least for your sanity, is give you plenty of time, like get you the Divine Titans a decent amount of time before they actually release, because you have to show off the defensive Titan, you have to show off the offensive Titan.
Oh, and the Synergy Relics. Please give me the Synergy Relics.
Right.
Or because I won't be able to buy them is essentially what the problem would be. Because people would say, well, what? You just could buy them. Well, they won't be available in the game yet. So, yeah, I have to have them.
Because what would kind of stink is they announce in the blog on Wednesday morning and say, hey, We're going to be putting the new Titans and Divine Relics in the game. It should be unlocked when the event starts on Thursday. And oh, by the way, Zalon's going to have an 8-hour window to show this off before they go live.
Right? Oh my gosh. As well as the fact that weekend would be like a Meta Titan as well. I'll be like, oh yeah, there's a Meta Titan coming out this weekend. Huh, enjoy that! I'm like, oh, great. Oh, thank you.
If they would give them to you on Monday, that would give you all week to show them off.
Oh. I'm so used to coming home from work, literally, and rushing around as quickly as I can and trying to build the Titan at the same time and playing around with a couple things, and then kind of pretty much, if I haven't talked to Aventador yet, I'm thinking about live streaming very, 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 very soon. So, like, as much as I possibly can. My usual window is, like, a few hours of figuring as much out as I can. So, that's what I'm used to.
What we could also do to offload a little is you could put the defensive Divine Titan on defense, and me and Aventador and everybody that wants to put out videos, attack it with various things and put out videos. And then you're showing off the attacker in a live stream kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. I'd be down for any of that kind of stuff because, trust me,
that would offload some of the insanity.
Yeah, it can be a bit much sometimes. It really can. So.
Just to me. That way I can show what's up. I've been waiting too long for these things.
Right? Oh, these new DG Titans? Oh, I know, Darshigon. You're going to be so ready. You're going to be so ready.
Dude, you got to premiere that video, bro, when you take it from, 1 to 60 and P it from 1 to 10, dude.
Well, no, it'll be 60 when I get it, though. If they're giving me DG Titans, they're going to give me level.
Or you can stream it, too. Just saying.
Oh, everything? Thank you for joining, Churro.
Yeah, I've got 25. I got 25 4-star bottles. I can at least level 1 up to 60 as soon as possible.
Yeah, seriously, dude. That'd be sick, though. I can't wait for that. It's going to be hella fun.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I honestly believe that's within these next few weeks. As in either we'll find out about it next week or we'll find out about 5-star relics next week. And that doesn't mean they're going to be released next week. No, but we'll find out about them. They'll put them in the blog and actually say, this is what they're going to be. This is how much they're going to be. This is what we plan on doing. These are the ones we already effed up. You know what I mean? That kind that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
My thing is this. Going back to a question you are trying to brought up a long time ago in the stream, with the meta, right? With the Epsilon Titans, there are only 3 Titans, like you're saying, and all that. Will these Divine Titans be part of that Epsilon meta that is ending, or is it going to keep on going, or are they going to be a preview of what the next meta is going to be? That's my question.
Well, yeah, because even just the fact that they have Gaia in there with the Pantheon relic just makes me think that, all right, is that it? But as always, I don't think so. It just means it may be it for now. Because we're going to see more sorcerers. We already know that. We're going to see more, Dragon Slayer Titans. We are. We're going to see more Norse Titans? And possibly more Greek Titans? I would say so. Now, how long will it be until you have enough to make a Pantheon collection? Well, as we've seen with some of them recently, getting their second Pantheon collection, it's taken a few years in certain Titans' sake. So, keep on skipping Freya, because Freya's just annoying. Even on a Pong land.
No, Lycan eats through Freya.
I can say.
Yeah, it eats through Freya. So Nyx is an attacker. Watch.
So you're saying but that's the thing though. We already have a Void Sorcerer though, so you're just thinking it's just going to be another one, is what you're getting at, huh?
Straight out attacker.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one too, dude. I think it's going to be another void attacker.
I think so too. You have a big time void. You have a big time Archmage Defender in Minerva. 90 attacker. Big time attacker.
What about a horde attacker that has like grenadiers that throw void bombs?
Well, I mean,
I'm all for it.
you realize that the whole idea of troops doing different damage. You got the Twilight Panthers. We're seeing a lot of troops doing different types of damage, and I like it. We've talked about this before in the past. More troops doing different types of elemental damage is super cool. So,
doesn't that Nick toss the bombs instead of throw them like Betty?
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
Talk about Nyx's attack? Yeah.
Yeah, the way she attacks.
What if it throws void bombs and they splash throughout the battlefield?
Yes,
that's what the video looks like, though, dude.
Then what? I mean, I'm going for the DG attacker.
That's because you don't like defenders.
Defenders are horrible. They don't do anything.
And if he tosses it, you've got to be in the right range because of the arc, haven't you? It's not like hitching it, where it just throws it straight at the troop. You've got to be at the range of the arc.
At 8,000, so Zalon's like 2 months off.
Me? Oh, 8,000? Yep. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the developers decide to allow players to purchase DGs right when the Titans come out. Who thinks that's going to happen? I don't know.
If they have a brain, they will.
They're going to be like, oh yeah, here's the new DG Titans. Now we're going to have a sale on DGs.
Dart's like, I've been saving for 18 months, and all of a sudden these guys just purchase them all? Thanks.
Yeah, no, man. It's kind of a kick in the nuts, that's for sure. Not going to lie.
That'd finish the game.
So, if you want to make Nyx a true sorceress or spellcaster, whatever you want to call her, a mage, how about this? She targets your own units, but when she fires on them, she either hastes them or rages them.
Well, oh wait, what about a Rage Shield combo?
Yeah, you could do that too. That would make her a true, genuine mage. You know, kind of a support class even.
Yeah. She targets.
I'm still waiting for that.
Targets,
that
interesting.
Transformation troop thing. I don't know if any of you guys played Age of Empires, where that monk would transform your enemy troops.
Like a mind control?
Mind control, exactly, or pretty much takes them and warps them into one of your own. Man.
Interesting.
I just,
Panther's supposed to.
I just hope they don't screw it up like Growthorn and Amphilinus.
In the law, that's what they say them Panthers do, isn't it? They bite the other Panthers and it turns them.
Yeah, that would have been cool if that was an actual mechanic in the game where the Twilight Panthers transformed other units or something.
So are they going to have to make this Hyperon better? They're going to have to make this better than Lycaon, especially once Lycaon gets that pomegranate.
Well, okay, wait a second. It depends on if you put that pomegranate on Lycaon or Hyperion.
Or Hyperion.
Yeah, or as the British would say, Hyperon. I'm just joking.
Hyperion.
I think Lycaon's going to be unstoppable.
Well, yeah, it's the only reason you only get one of them is the simple fact that you must make the choice. So, of course, when you see me do a test account video with, new Hyperion, I'm going to probably have the pomegranate on because most likely that'll be available. At least at
well, if you've got the 4, you'll have the
but God, Grenadiers are just horrible.
You'll be able to use
I'm hoping some units like the
Spartans.
Spartans.
So you have to keep something off of them. I mean, because they die so easily.
Hyperion's going to lean into Grenadiers. I think that's when that haste staff is coming.
Wow.
Okay, so you think the haste staff is going to come with it? Interesting.
Maybe.
So
Now, do you think the haste staff is only strictly going to be dealing with haste spell, or do you think it's going to have something on it as well, like, you know, haste and, you know, and rage troops? You know what I mean? Like,
maybe like in the case of Grenadiers, you'd want like a haste and a terror, or a haste and a freeze.
yeah.
And haste focuses on like their physical movement, not their rate of fire. Correct?
Yes.
So wait a minute. So we can put that mage on them, correct? On any ranger.
Will
Yeah,
the
the
haste
Archmage
increase
staff.
the charge damage?
Archmage staff, so we're going to get the double damage off that, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, that might be. God, that mage is
So,
that mage is in
right
itself.
spells are going to be crazy right off
Yeah, that mage is freaking. Oh, it's a good thing you pulled that.
So,
the bat. I would suspect they're going to add Nyx to the Archmage synergy.
well, that's the thing with Archmage staff. That's going to be insane. So, players with Archmage staff are going to have a lot of fun as well. And you know, I'm going to throw that in the build, but not the only build, because not all players have the Archmage staff. But of course, I got excited about it because I do, because it's going to be cool. What was I gonna say? There was something I was thinking about right where you guys were talking about that. Something that's gonna be coming up soon. I'll remember eventually.
So we're a couple weeks off the next.
Well, I still think like another week or so until we see, you know, DG Titans and new 5-star relics. That's why I keep preaching save. Don't. I've had a one or two newer players. I shouldn't say newer players. Returning players ask me about certain things that are going on in the game right now, and I highly suggest for them to save their DGs. They tell me they have 15, 16,000 DGs, and I'm like, whew. They're like, should I pull the, you know, they're starting to name off some of the 5-star bug relics, like the dragonfly, and I'm like, well, it's a great relic. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know, that's a great relic, and is it worth the DGs? Yes, but the thing is, the price for one could go down 1,000 DGs very easily. So the bug relics may not be worth 7K very soon, because when the new relics come out, are they going to be worth 8 and bump the Archmage staff down, keep the Archmage staff at 8, make the new one 7, bump all the bug relics down to 6 and everything else down 1,000? Because there is still room for them to do that. We're missing I think we're missing 3,000 on the DG 5-star relic scale. So if that's the case, here, we'll take a look.
Put the gold relics down. No one's buying those.
Well, the golden relics are available in events right now. Think about that. But yeah, I think
that's what I said. No one's buying them.
Yeah. So it would go Norse down to 3, golden down to 4, ambers down to 5. You know, and then of course, like I just said, the bug relics down to 6. Everything could still fit in here, but the new 5-star relics, I think, should be choice. It should be choice of which one you want, just like it is currently right here. They may keep the Archmage staff at 8, just because it's so good, and because Nyx is coming out. They may make that choice. In all honesty, I probably wouldn't blame them if they did. But the new ones, if they come out at 7, that's fine. If Vintage has already stated this, we've restated it a few times here, and he has also restated it as well. Let us know if what you're planning on doing with these relics. If you're bumping them down to 6, but still leaving them as a choice, still tell us, but I don't think many players will have a problem with that. But they will have a problem if you bump them down to 6,000 and make it a chance again. If you do that, everyone needs to know it ahead of time. That's majorly important. Anyway, back to grinding. Got 113 more stones to go. It's all House's.
It's
all House's fault.
They got it right. It's not my fault. They got it right with the first set of relics, the Norse and the bugs. The ambers and the goldens were kind of.
Well, when they were initially released, they weren't that popular.
Yeah, they were like.
There were certain, and now after a while, there were certain ones that shined. There were.
Yeah, I agree.
But not all of them. The first gen 5 stars actually, believe it or not, have the most versatility. In all honesty, the first gens, you have 5 out of 6 of them that no matter what are going to work great on whatever Titan you put them on, just because it's got troop health and troop damage.
Correct. Just going off subject, I know a new rally they could have. Mrs. House's purse.
Oh, Mrs. House's purse? What about it?
Yeah.
Dude,
a new rally.
Next 5-star right there, dude. House's purse.
Oh, House's. Mrs. House's purse.
Yeah.
There you go. But what do you have to have? What do you have to have to obtain it from the Pantheon? You have to have. You have to obtain the 4-star relic known as House's Shore Shorts. Let's see, and then there's another one. No. It's called House's. What's it called? House's Livestream title is another one.
It's coming up. It's 30 years of marriage.
House's pale mature.
It's this weekend.
Oh, is it? It's this weekend?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wait. So Saturday or Sunday are you celebrating?
Well, we're going out to dinner tomorrow. I was married on the 1st, 30 years ago.
So you're celebrating tomorrow night.
Shopping or something
we're done purse shopping. I purse shopped last week.
House's Violeteers.
We went
Violeteers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vantage wrote in our chat.
Thank you, MN.
She's been with you 30 years. Who'd you marry, Mother Teresa? Thanks, Vantage.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, put up with me. Whatever.
Now, because I haven't live streamed on a Friday night for a while, people got away from being on. Also, too, I know also this event isn't as popular, and being at least the summertime for some of us, people are taking advantage of weekends when events aren't super popular. And I get it. Totally.
Hey, Salon.
What's up?
We have a special guest, Ed Laura.
Oh, we do have Ed Laura on here. And not just a special guest, a fan favorite. Yes, Ed Laura, thank you for coming on.
He's not allowed to talk.
He's not allowed to talk?
No.
I like Ed's profile picture on Discord is straight up Skeletor. So I mean, if anybody, for all the players that or people in chat that didn't know that, Ed Laura.
He also on like on staff is Skeletor's staff.
Ah, yeah, I guess that's a good point. That is a good point.
Speaker, go ahead and say whatever you have to say to Ed. He can't talk.
Oh yeah, let's just tear him up real quick. And we got Feranic on too. Oh man.
Oh, Ed.
That's why
I'm on, guy. I'm on.
Oh, Ed's
whispering.
Here. Ed's here.
Ed's in the closet.
Shh, be quiet.
My wife, I can't let my wife hear me talking to my friends.
What are you doing? That was the first time that House was ever on my Discord, is when House's wife came in and was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm talking to my friends." Loved it. That was one of my favorite streams because she was like,
that was a classic one. I remember that one very well, dude.
Yes. I mean, Ed's coming out of the closet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means something else in this country.
Yeah, it means the same thing here. All right, Speaker Face.
Right. Isn't that R. Kelly song?
Yes. No, but kind of. All right. Anyway, so Feranic It's Frantic, you popped on as soon as I said for some of us it's summertime because it's wintertime for Frantic, so on the other side of the globe.
That is true. Although it's sunny today.
Again, I know that confuses some people because some people don't even realize that that's the way the world works. It's funny.
Well, it revolves.
Not just that. Well, not just that, but just the simple fact that in certain places in the planet it's summertime, but on the other side of the planet it's going to be wintertime. It's like, wait, what? Sometimes certain. Again, there's certain things in general life on a regular basis that are, and there's certain things obviously other people notice and pay attention to that I don't pay attention to. But yes, that is one of those. Also, here's another one. When you look up at the sky, where you live, and where other people that live on other sections of the planet, different hemispheres, I should say, are looking up at the sky, they see a completely different sky. I mean, it's like sometimes some people believe that what they see, everyone sees. So, I'm talking about the constellations and stars.
Isn't the toilet like flush in the opposite direction on the other side of the world too?
But the world's flat, isn't it?
Oh, come on, Frantic, we're not going that direction. Please. Please. Please.
What the hell are you guys smoking? You're looking up in the sky.
No, actually, there was, last night, there was what was it, a double meteor shower?
Yeah, see, House, you live in the city, so you don't get to see the sky.
Yeah, you don't.
No, I thought it's not. I live in the suburb.
It doesn't matter. Suburbs are still just as bad in most areas.
You should see the sky from my place. It's different.
Yeah.
Well, you live on a compound.
All we see, House, is smoke because everything burns out here in California. So.
I saw some of that smoke last. I saw that smoke last week. I saw it, and it was here in Pennsylvania. It was crazy. The jet stream brought it all the way over. I saw it.
Oh, Salon, don't confuse us. They live in Northern California. That is whacked. I live in Southern California. Completely different. Like two different countries.
Right. The smoke you guys see is from all that traffic. We're burning up. So.
No, I'm close to Mexico. It's all Moton down here.
It's all the good smoke, man.
Exactly.
Tire fires. Anyway, so, let's see. What's up, Halo? Thank you for joining. And you're welcome, MN. I enjoy live streaming, whether it's a popular event or not. So, just like when House goes, "Oh, Zalon, I don't want to stream this weekend. It's not that. I don't like this event." Or Chance will say the same thing, so I can't rip on Just a House. Chance will say the same thing. I'm like, "Yo, dude, you gotta stream regardless if you're trying to get on that blog."
Chance ain't get on the blog. It's gonna be House on the blog.
Oh, is it gonna be? Is it gonna be House and sometimes Chance?
They already messaged me. They're like, "Do we really have to put Chance?" I'm like, "Well, he's kind of my buddy." I had just put House and then a little tiny letters Chance.
Oh, okay. In the tiny letters, okay.
Hope you're listening.
I can already hear Chance laughing harder than necessary in the background.
Last I heard, he's selling Ford probes.
What? Why?
I don't know. He's going to be a salesman at the Ford dealer. Don't they sell probes?
I don't know. They might.
I thought Ford made a probe.
They might. You're ridiculous, House. So anyway. So I wanted to know. Real quick. I want to know. Is Churro streaming tonight too as well?
It's postponed.
Oh, it was postponed?
For the 9th time.
For the 9th time?
Didn't Churro stream yesterday?
Yeah. No, Churro's not streaming. We're going to Ed Lara stream.
Ooh,
Ed Lara, take over, buddy.
Ed Lara. Ed Lara's going to stream from the closet.
Give the Friday night, late night voice for this one, bud.
Yeah. Ed Lara is going to stream from the closet.
It's going to be a It's gonna be the whisper.
The whisper stream. He's gonna be like, all right, guys, we're gonna hit this event. We're gonna hit this event real hard.
Everybody, be quiet. I can hear my wife in the hallway. Shh.
Wait.
You can hear her footsteps. What is this? Listen. I'm actually watching the 10th season that was just released on Netflix for Walking Dead, and I just picture Ed Lara just like listening to like the footsteps as if it's Negan coming down the hallway with the bat ready to take him out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, is that what it is?
Special guest Caesar Milan.
Yeah.
But Ed Lord is telling us, and he's the one with the volume in his hand.
Oh, hey, Solon, have you watched Gunpowder Milkshake? Great movie.
No, I have not.
On Netflix.
All right.
Did that make an ASMR stream?
It might. Yeah. Oh, yeah, with Ed Lara doing whispers.
Yeah, you asked me wrapping up or what?
Yeah, can you imagine Ed Lara pulling event relics trying to do a stream like that? He'll be like, oh my god, guys, 4-star.
Yeah.
Be quiet, I'm going to buy gems.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden you hear in the background, because, at least when I buy gems, I get notifications on all my devices because it goes to an email. And I can just hear it now. Ed's like, all right, I'm going to buy gems. And all of a sudden the phone out in the hallway is like, It's like, uh-oh.
Bing, bing.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hey, I see a notification for somebody spending money.
I can't sneak spending anything, man. So.
What, she hasn't got a tracker on your phone, she'll know you're in the closet.
Access to everything, man.
Go on.
There's no hiding.
Go on. The thing is now in our chat group, if you're going to P10 something or go for it, you go full ad. That's the new thing.
Oh, you go full ad? I see how it is.
Full ad.
Yeah, it's Ed or nothing, bro. That's what it is.
It's Ed or nothing? I see.
Ed or nothing, exactly. That's the joke. Because we're emptying everything out. Pantheon, doesn't matter. Level 60, P7s, everything's going into P10.
Yeah.
You do that anyway, Out.
Sakani, Sakani's gonna be prestige food / save for later. Wadjet, Pantheon, but besides from that, it's not really being used anymore either.
Hey, Speaker, I don't go anywhere near that. Ed, he goes full Ed.
That's true.
You don't do bad, Out.
No, I don't.
Ages ago.
No. He tries to talk me into it. I'm like, nope, I'm stepping away from the class.
Yeah, but see, that's the way Ed can get away with it now. Instead of having to do it himself, he can just convince you to do it.
I almost P10 and last night I was like looking at it. I was like, should I dip into the altar? I was like, nah.
Nah.
Dip into the altar.
Yeah, well, I'm saving all my I'm saving all my those relics that they gave us / some of the other ones that I've gotten. I don't need any more Titans clogging up my Titan Hall just waiting for prestige. I don't need that. So when you got
So the real question is, for the ultimate going full Ed, are you going to buy the 15,000 divine gems you need for a Nyx, and then spend the $900 you need to get all the prestige food out of the 30 people?
I was just going to say, if you need any encouragement, talk to Vintage.
You can have a P10 Nyx for the low price of $2,400.
Yeah.
The full Ed.
Oh, no, don't forget the 5-star relic.
Oh, yeah.
5-star relic, so...
You reckon it's about £2,000 prestige 10
and it will be good for exactly 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They'll give us a broke on some prestige that quadruples everything, and the game just explodes when you try to play it.
They should give you the warranty on half of these Titans.
For $99, you can buy the extended warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's broke. Can you fit me some Go Faster Strike, Tommy?
And also, uncorrect, also mentioning that sometimes when they do reskill Titans, or just, some get their prestige skills changed. The majority of the ones that get their prestige skill changed were Meta Titans at a time, which means their skills really aren't that far off. It's just having better prestige skills makes them more into the meta. Doesn't mean that they are in their Meta Titan, like the ones that we were seeing in these current Epsilon ones. But when it comes down to ones that get reskilled, when they reskill the Titans, your old one that you had, so if they reskill Wadjet, that you have to get a new one. So it doesn't matter, the old one doesn't mean anything. So if they...
To the new guy, before you say food it is,
yeah.
Okay, the other reason to hang on to your 4-star Titans is to have 1.4 multipliers in events.
Another great point as well. So...
Unless you go full ed.
Unless you go full ed.
You know what? And I'm messaging the devs and I need a 4-star relic that says full ed.
Yeah, in order to be full ed on an event, you have to use a regular no boost Titan with 4-star relics on it. That's
in order to get full ed on the 4-star relic, you need to use a 5-star relic.
Yeah, and now Ed's gonna have he's just gonna be like, he's gonna tell his wife and be like, but listen, I have to go full ed. They're calling it. They gave it my name. I have to do it.
Instead of Adam and me, call it Ed Zed.
Full ed relic, and then it sends an email to your wife. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Email is a synergy right there, bro.
Yeah, it's the synergy. Synergy, you just have to enter. It just automatically emails your wife.
Synergy, synergy emails your wife. Great, nice relic.
Nobody would go for that one, would they?
Oh man.
Anyway,
so my wife came in, gave me the eye. So
I'll
talk to you guys later.
All right, Ed. We've already
Steady Eddie.
Yeah.
Hit the wife 3 times in a row, dude, and she appeared.
Yeah, I know. That's what I think. That's what happened.
I already have that relic. I already emailed my wife.
They already emailed her.
That's the ring relic, isn't it?
All right, Ed. Have a good night.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet she's been listening on her device.
What?
That's the ultimate sort of walking stick just hooked off stage, isn't it?
Wow. Ed, nice knowing you. Had a little chance.
Yeah, basically, uncorrect. When you look at the 1.2 boost, I know 1.3 is what everybody wants all the time, but the 1.2 boost is always going to be based off of class or element. So, and 4-star. Basically saying if you have a 4-star this element or 4-star this class, you get a 1.2. So having one Titan of every class and of every element guarantees you at least having a 1.2 boost. 1.3 is usually given to specific Titans, so having a larger collection of Titans is going to guarantee you the 1.3.
And they trinkets or anything you can put on these Titans for this event. They give you 1.7.
Well, yes, but those relics haven't been offered, except in that one deal package. But yeah,
They should really just roll out some of those relics more often.
I know Feranic, you've been Feranic has been a hardcore grinder his entire career of Dawn of Titans, and grinding relics like those are huge in what you're able to accomplish in events. It is. It makes a huge difference.
It's just
They don't ever work. They don't ever work.
But you have the relics. Why don't they just spin them back around again?
They don't work.
So many relics you've just not seen for ages. Doesn't matter if they're good or not.
All these new Pantheon collections make prestiging my Titans a dilemma with prestige food. It's true, because it makes you wonder, if it's not in a collection, will it be in one? Because soon as you do a speaker face, if you were listening to what he mentioned earlier in the stream, if you're all of a sudden decide to take a I don't know, 30, 40, whatever, of a particular Titan not in a Pantheon collection and just fusing it away, or using it for prestige, usually fusing because of those levels. Yeah, now you have to get that Titan again and level it to be able to get those Pantheon relics.
So
There's no
speaking
space.
of relics that haven't been around in a while, I was just chatting with free-to-play Zeus, and I was mentioning the fact that some of the most useful relics in the game, I'm just talking general utility, that we haven't seen in freaking ages are the Calvarex relics. And I'm not talking about giving away just the Ancestral Heart in Theaters of War and that crap. I mean, have an event where you can get all three of them. There's
Halloween.
thousands of players that don't have these relics.
Mm-hmm. Very true. And keeping them just to the Halloween time of October makes it harder for newer players that start in the beginning of the year, January, February, to even be able to use certain raised dead skeleton Titans. So,
especially for early castle guys. You throw on a Calvarax relic, that's 3 free troops to where you're not constantly having to build troops that run out and die when you're fighting.
mm-hmm.
You know, you get free troops every battle. It's amazing. And then you can use your grenadiers that you love.
There's a lot of times I've come out with Raised Dead.
Yeah.
I just pulled
There
the
is.
Calvarax and I thought back in the day you could throw like 40 Raised Dead out there.
Well, it depends on.
It's like 18 or something.
It's more like 18, but yeah.
But with your spells, I thought it was 40 something.
Oh, with Hell, yes, because Hell gives you 20.
Oh, I'm even thinking with Calvarax. Go back and look at the videos. I think Brain did a video. I think Brain did a video back in the day where he threw 40.
He had 40 troops on the field. He had hit my garrison with Calvarax, and he had 40 troops on the field.
Yeah, it was to see how many troops you could have on the field at one time. Yeah. Castlemania, do y'all recommend saving Divine Gems? I want the Sting, but I don't know. I've been preaching saving the DGs right now because we have the current leaked out, and this is based on previous releases for DGs, the current leaked out images of the next set of DG relics, and 5-star relics, and in the past that means they're coming fairly soon. Since it's been a week or two now, I'm going to say next blog post, which would be either next Tuesday or Wednesday, or the following week, we will see something about these DG relics, when they should be released, and or because they could, if there's images of them right now available. Let's look at it this way. This is all just looking at the situation. If they are available now to be seen by people that are looking at the code, that means they're on our side of the game. That means they're being tested out on our side of the game by the developers just to make sure they work. Okay? So, if that's the case, they're coming soon. That means they're going to be made available and the altar is going to change and everything else. So, yeah. A next week or so when it comes down to info. Doesn't mean they're going to be released, but information about them. Because they've done enough with the Pantheon recently that they're not going to be doing much more with that, I would imagine, at this point.
Are you talking about the chess pieces?
Yeah, the chess pieces that we were just seeing recently.
Yeah.
As well as DG Titans could also be talked about at the same time and or the opposite week. So if they talk about 5-star DG Titans or 4-star DG Titans next week, and then the week after they talk about the new DG relics, they could talk about them at the same time. But I'm going to say next week or the week after. There's not much more time that you would have to wait to make a decision on 5-star relics. Because, yes, the Scorpion Sting is a great idea. And because if you don't have it, spending 7k DGs is good. But they could get bumped down to 6k DGs within 7 to 14 days from now. So would you kick yourself to save 1,000 DGs just to wait an extra week or two? It's up to you if you have the patience.
But you can't use it for the week or two, can you, if you don't get it?
This is true as well, but will you be able to use that Scorpion Sting on other Titans in the future? Answer is yes. So if you miss 2 weeks of being able to use it on a current Titan now, is it worth 1,000 DGs to you? Depends on how easy it is for you to obtain those 1,000 DGs. If you get 1,000 DGs, and it's not you high rank within the top 50 in solo events and assault and this, that, and the other thing, and I get all these DGs all the time, and my team's in the top 3, and all right, well then you don't care. If you're somebody who does not get DGs that often, and it takes you a lot longer to obtain them, then that 1,000 DG savings is going to make a big deal. So it just depends.
So, Zalon, you go offense or defense in DGs?
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, if I would pick out for a DG Titan, if I was going to make a choice because I could only get one?
Well, you're gonna pull a DG Titan, correct?
Well, it depends on if if it's a flop or not. We'll have to see when it comes down to the testing. Growthorn and Nephilinus didn't make me feel too good about things. So
yeah, I agree. Say they're decent.
I mean, I remember when I went through testing them. I mean, the videos still exist; they're out there.
I know.
Do I so pending the tests, would I go with the attacker or the defender? I would go with. I'd actually rather the defender. That's just my personal preference. I want to give something that's going to make people really want to pass my garrison over other garrisons. Now, are players going to want to test it all the time? Probably. But am I going to get a crap ton of greens from it? Probably. So it just depends on, what we're really dealing with and my 5-star situation. But at this point, I'm pretty confident that I have at least one good 5-star for each different class. So as long as the Titans class matches up with my 5-star, which, like I said, shouldn't be a problem, I think I will be able to put out a good defense. Because when it comes down to attackers, I feel like there's more attackers than defenders, just in general. So am I going to be able to get a good attacker? Maybe within the next meta? Yeah. But having a DG Titan defender that's... Now, again, just depends on if they do it right. If they do it like a necrosis situation and it has like a 3-month 3-month period of dominancy, you know what I mean? That'd be great. I'm down.
Then you going with attacker or defender?
Definitely the attacker, but here's what I want to say about the defender. And if Natural Motion is still listening, I think this is important. Okay, I'm a war guy. The only way I would ever even consider this Divine Defender is if it can hold up for greater than 3 minutes against the new Divine Attacker. Because if the new Divine Attacker blows it off the map in 90 seconds, I wouldn't pay 5 cents for that thing.
That's a good point. That's why I said it's down to the testing. If the testing's garbage, I'm out.
Yeah. So the new DG Defender needs to stop almost everything, but we know the DG Attacker will beat it. But just like Lifespark and Necrosa, I want them to be natural counterparts to where, Lifespark, you could beat the absolute apex perfect Necrosa build, but holy crap, it took 5.5 minutes. It went down to the wire, and it was a fight. That is what I want in a Divine Defender.
Equally
See, I always think attackers are always ahead.
Well, they are. They have to be, honestly.
That's the problem. I think the new attacker will beat everything that's...
Well, it should. I mean, Lifespark beat everything in the game when he came out, as he should. He's a Divine Attacker.
There he is. Yeah.
Well, attacking also has the benefit of you, the player, being able to be creative and do different things, where the computer, has its set parameters.
Right. Yeah, the attacker always has the advantage. I mean, the attacker has every conceivable advantage that a person can have, with the exception of map weirdness, where things walk off the map, they get stuck on the side, or they get stuck in the lightning building in the middle in somebody's garrison.
Or you have the short map
What's up, soldier?
where the land defense is way better than the short map.
Yeah. But yeah, if the divine attacker is good, I am getting it.
But see, this is my other concern is if the new 5-star relics come out before the new 4-star divine titans do, myself and I think a lot of other players that enjoy relics are forever situations, that if they do it right, give us a choice of the new 5 stars, make them all 7K, are they going to be awesome enough to make people jump and actually go for it without even seeing what the new divine titans are? That's the question.
Yeah, that could be another ploy to draw out people's DGs and then drop the divine titans, and how convenient. You can buy divine gems on the same day.
Yeah.
Deplete them even more. That'll be the plan.
I'm saving. I'm pretty close. So
yeah, I'm excited to see what the divine titans are going to be.
Yep. Me
That's why
too.
they're depleting everybody's DGs, so not many will have it, aren't
this is the first time that I've had the DGs right when the divine titans come out.
Well,
Usually I've been off, but I'm really close right now. So.
Well, it's because you've been saving appropriately and not getting duped by a bunch of these different deals they're doing with different relics and stuff, which I don't know.
Well, I've listened to everybody like save before. I'm just like, nope, gonna go for that. No, I'm doing it.
I was saving, but I thought I've got to have that scorpion.
Well, yeah, it really depends on how many DGs you have, in all essence. Because if you're only looking for getting one DG Titan plus synergy, if you have like 25, 28, 30k DGs, which there are players like that, definitely, you could still consider getting one of these new 5-star relics that come out and still be able to get a divine titan afterwards. So
Shigong's got to have close to 40k.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just putting it out there too. There are going to be players in situations where it's still possible to be able to do both. So
it's going to be 23 or 28k DGs per divine titan. You got to get the Titan, you got to get the Synergy Relic, and you got to get the 5-star.
23.
Unless you have a 5-star that you think is going to work well with that Titan.
Yeah, true.
Because, I mean, what if it turns out that, in all honesty, there are 2 5-stars that are the newest one, and maybe you already have a certain one of the bugs, and it's like, the difference is really... one's a little bit more towards spells and this, and one's a little bit more towards, this other type of invoke instead, but in all essence, it's really not that far off.
Now, what do you think the new one is going to be the next on the offense? And it's going to have the Archmage staff, which a lot of people already have.
Well, that's a good point, too, as well. So, there is that to consider.
Because we've seen the next. That's going to be a divine titan.
Castlemania, the way it looks for just on the regular meta Titans, so the next one that's going to be coming up soon is going to be the next Defender. That's just the way they go, attacker, defender, attacker, defender. Or defender,
what
attacker.
What if Nyx is the defensive divine titan?
Well, that's true, too. Yeah, we keep talking about the divine titans, those obviously being... separate from the meta titans that are coming out in events.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, it would be the final shovel of dirt on Necromancer's grave.
Oh, yeah. I would think they would go opposite, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. I expect Nyx to be an attacker, but...
And it doesn't look like anything that we have. It's completely different looking.
Yeah.
She's more like she's got a spacesuit on.
This is true.
I I just think it's going to be something completely different.
What if she's not Nyx, but she's the Nexus?
She's the Nexus.
I was just about to say that because they've been talking about this Nexus thing for a while.
Well, I mean, the Nexus is the master they were speaking to, right? Like Cain, he's talking to the master, and that Nexus talked to Almirand, Baal before he turned into Almirand. So the Nexus obviously is a sentient being. Why couldn't that be the Nexus? I mean, there's possible, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we have the big bad being revealed.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe they make it where the big bad isn't a Titan we can even get for a while. Maybe make that the next raid boss we can go against her for a bit.
Well, we just need Raid Boss to come back. All right? We just do. Because...
I was going to say, I would settle for Raid Boss just coming back at all.
Yeah. Because, well, I'm not going to stop preaching also about the fact that we do need another event type. Just a new event type this year. You know what I mean? So I hope that's in the works. Something different. Team-oriented, though.
Cool.
It needs to be team-oriented. We don't need any more solo-oriented things, in my opinion. Event-wise, I mean, obviously, if you want to upgrade the Adventurers Guild, that's completely up to the developers. That's cool if they do. I think it's great. But if they want to make another event, it should be some sort of team-oriented thing as well. So,
but why not bring Throne Wars back? You've screwed up the tournaments. They've been just as bad as Throne Wars.
This is true. The sourness of the way that Throne Wars was events actually went on. It was equal amounts of upset players.
So I think the tournaments have been worse than Throne Wars.
I am totally willing to put up with the headaches with Throne Wars just to have Throne Wars.
So am I. I'd put up with all the headaches. I get.
My game freezes up 40 times a day now anyway, so why not do Throne Wars?
I agree. Half the people that play this game don't even know what Throne Wars is about, and if you played it, you imagine people that would come back.
Well, not only just that, but also you break up all those crazy alliances on the different servers, you know what I mean?
I know.
All that freaking Monopoly garbage that's out there.
Reskilled Zeus and Poseidon for DG Titans? Really, Extinction?
I know. Give them 2 weeks to get to Legends to play the Throne Wars, and you'd see the bloodbath.
Well, what about the fact that they made the game... you remember when they made it so that the upgrade to... the most recent version at that time, which I think was 2 updates ago, that it was not going to work for 16-bit operating systems anymore, and only 32 and above was going to be. Wasn't that the case? Correct?
32 to 64, correct?
Oh, is it 32 to 64? Sorry. Anyway, so 32 is not working anymore. 64 and above is working. Okay, sorry, I got my wrong numbers there, but yes. Anyway, so in that was one of the everybody was talking about, or Vintage was talking about how Throne Wars slowed your game down. Well, should the concern about the game slowing down be even a case anymore for the simple fact that it's working on 64-bit system operating systems and up? I just was thinking that could play a factor, right?
Yeah. But I mean, look at these guys in your chat. They're like, Throne Wars? What's Throne Wars?
Yeah, Castlemania. It's all right. Yeah, Halo and Castlemania. Search, and people still do. It's still a video that a few of my Throne Wars like sneak peek videos, they still get regular views on a regular basis, just for the simple fact that people want to know what it was. Because we do talk about it quite often on our live streams. So yes, it was a type of event from the past. It gets into quite. There's a lot of detail to it. You're going to talk about a Vintage? Go ahead.
Just my old Throne War videos are still in my top 20. Like if you look at the last 30 days of the views on my channel,
yep,
Throne Wars still shows up.
Yep.
Because people are like, oh yeah, that's cool, or they gets in the recommended. But if you don't know what Throne Wars is, okay, how you grind events and you're doing ping pong battles, okay, throw all that out the window. Now you're doing an event where you have a score for your team. You're putting islands out in a common area, and depending on the leaderboard, that will dictate whose islands you're attacking on various thrones, because you're trying to jockey for a position on 5 different thrones. And this isn't ping pong, mindless, repetitive battles over and over. This is hidden defenses. It's like attacking garrisons. Every single attack, nonstop. You don't even know what you're hitting. It is the apex premium war experience.
It's because everybody that puts lands out chooses the defense that they want to put on it, and everybody is putting out their best defenses.
Yeah,
usually 90% of the time are doing that. Some teams that have a lot of money, because yes, there was a factor, they did allow you to actually purchase lands to throw into the actual your own, because each throne had multiple plinths around it, which were your team plinths. So each one that you throw down on a specific throne would go onto your plinth for your team. So that's, it was kind of separated up like that. And yeah, everybody would throw down, like I said, majority your best defenses, but there were some teams that were just flooding because there was a countdown timer. That was one thing that we haven't mentioned yet. The countdown timer, does anybody remember how long it was? Was it 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think it was every 10 minutes they cycled and awarded points based on placement.
Yes.
The best part.
One last thing we have to mention with that, real quick, is every 10 minutes, besides from the points given to each team, each one of the lands for each the surrounded each one of the thrones lost a little bit of health, because the lands themselves had health, just like how all of our lands right now, there's a certain amount of gold or food or VP on them that's depleted over time, depending on how many battles you do or if you just collect it. The lands out, the lands around each one of the thrones would lose health, whether they were being attacked or not. Now, you could get those lands to disappear faster if you just slam them with attack after attack after attack. So,
like Conquest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but plus you could lead. One group could lead in one certain section. It was like.
Thank you, Christian Woods.
Yeah, no alliance can control all 5 thrones.
All 5 thrones.
There was a few by the end of the event that were controlling 2 or 3, but for the most part, it was.
But not all 5.
Yeah, nobody all 5.
And that's where land anchoring came in too, to prevent bonus capping, so they couldn't. Well, I didn't say bonus capping, but no one could cap your lands because you needed to anchor them down. And that's where the extra builders came in handy. All these builders we have doing nothing.
Oh yes,
you need builders to anchor your lands. So if you had 5 builders, you can anchor lands faster because it took time. It was like I don't know how long it was.
For everyone that
20 minutes to anchor a land.
For everyone that has a worker, or what's it called? Everybody that has builders on permanent union break, they all would be used. It's something that a lot of players don't even remember that. But yeah, you had to use builders for all of that.
Everybody that talks about, man, they need new event modes or game modes. Man, it's there. It's there. They just got to turn it on.
Not only that, but it's the gold. The gold everywhere was just cool.
I'm still honestly waiting for them to allow us to actually set up our own defenses.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I feel like it would be such.
Well, Dead Nixon says, "How crappy
to implement though."
Well, how crappy would Throne Wars be with all the Minerva and Cronoses on land, Dead Nixon? In all honesty, with enough, we were talking about this earlier, the fact that there's a small group of attackers and a small group of defenders right now, and each one of the defenders has at least one or more attackers that can take them down. It's probably a good time that they could do that. It's the times.
Yeah,
it's
the thing with Throne Wars at the time was that the Paladins were actually meta, so it was just like a time waster. So you didn't really lose a lot of troops because they didn't do damage. So I think at this time, it'd be a pretty fair balance, to have Throne Wars.
You're completely right. This is awesome though, because you have a complete balance in the game. I mean, complete across the board. It would be so fun. It would be so fun to play. I mean, because you'd go, God, I lost it. I have to get this.
Yeah, and now the only because I know a lot of stuff that's done over time at Natural Motion, that there has been plenty of times that we've talked about stuff on streams, sometimes even over and over again, over a year, and they're working on it while we're talking about it. And the developers are probably, listening to the stream, whether at work or at home, and going, we're working on it. We wish we could tell you right now, but, we can't. So it sucks, but what if they were working on something like this right now?
I'm patient. Bring it back. Let's go.
I agree.
Stop wasting time. We need it.
I would go 100%.
Because there's things that they've done in the past and said in the past that certain things will never come back, and guess what? They've come back.
Let's come to an agreement right now. If they bring back Throne Wars, somehow, some way, we'll do what would it be? A 72-hour live stream.
Yeah.
Somehow, we would have to connect everyone together to where we could live stream the whole freaking thing.
We could probably put something like that together. We could. It's very possible, because if we had enough interest between all the live streamers, we could do it. And that's something else a lot of these newer players don't know about. But back in the day, when new Meta Titans would come out, and we were being supported by the developers, and I'm talking about the SPP players specifically, we were doing 24-hour live streams that, like, the developers were promoting us in the game for doing so, and on their live streams, as well as giving us stuff to give away to the community, which was awesome. So all that stuff that has existed in the past, it's just the simple fact that it doesn't anymore.
We're in the third hour of this stream. We need to talk about this in the first hour of the next stream.
So like you said, you do a 72-hour stream, free advertisement.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, and House, that means you're in, just so you know.
I'll straight.
I'll do multiple 4-hour blocks for that.
Oh, yeah, I know. I would do the same thing.
You bring back Throne Wars, and I'll stream 12 hours. Great.
Just imagine the streams from Chance over that amount of time, dude.
Yeah, we'll have 88 streams.
Dude. Yep, 88 chapters of Throne Wars.
I'll do one 12-hour stream, sleep for 8 hours, and come back and do another 12.
I mean, heck, even Pisces Shark will be on that. He'll do a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. He would.
I'd live stream. I'd do it.
Oh, we know you would too, Darcy God. We know.
Do it with Nitram.
And then he'd have like a recap video, like a 30-minute recap video. That'd be so sick, dude.
Really, a recap?
Yeah, you want to war your face off. Do a 3-day Throne War. Because it's 24 hours. It never stops.
No.
Not only that, and just imagine I've streamed.
Castlemania, does castle level matter in Throne Wars? It does. I was going to say, the troops that you put down on the lands, they're all based on the level of the castle that you are. They don't actually make it like... So yes, there's going to be...
Yeah. And the land too.
20, if you're castle 20, your lands are going to get torched pretty quick.
Yeah. However, the one thing I will demand, even though I never demand anything, is a week-long portal surge just to stock up on portal stones before that. We need portal stones as much as we can.
Not only that, give people a week to get to the certain spot where they need to get.
Well, yeah, because those... first off, those weeks, the week before Throne Wars was insane because everybody wanted. Okay, it was an event that was only available. It was available in Masters and Legend League the first time, and then Legend League on the second time around. Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk hype. So, I know not all countries do Thanksgiving, right? But they could announce something and say, okay, Throne Wars is coming back. I'm just using Thanksgiving as an example. It's coming back for Thanksgiving. We would have all that time to be doing videos talking about what it is and how cool it is and hyping it up. And, people could start positioning their teams. If you're in Elite League and you're like, dude, Throne Wars, it gives you time to build a roster and fight your way onto the Legend League server, etc. You know what I mean? You could have like a 2-month run up to this thing to where everyone's just getting ready for freaking Throne Wars. It would be awesome. And I'm telling you, I know personally, I know at least 50 players that would come back just for Throne Wars. And again, if you give them 2 months, get a sweet attacker, maybe a few good defenders, because Throne Wars is coming back. You got all these people coming back to the game. They're doing events so they can get prepared. Oh my God, it'd be a cash cow.
Mm-hmm. It would be. It just depends on if somebody's listening.
Like I said, maybe we all need to make our own video on how
Castlemania may not happen.
Wars.
If anything, it won't happen for a while. So you have.
Well, I know that's why it's been Thanksgiving.
Castlemania is like, dang, I'm out. I'm on Castle level 20. No, you're fine, Castlemania. Just keep playing the game. Keep playing the game and enjoy it the way you like to.
But that's not true, Castlemania, because I played in Throne Wars when I was like level 20.
Yeah,
I think I was like level 16 or 17.
Yeah, I was a lower castle level as well. I was not 25 when I played Throne Wars, so.
Yeah, and House, you're absolutely right, dude. It's all focused on your alliance, and the one thing that emphasizes is that, like, a lot of our alliances are made out of people from different time zones, and that was the most effective tool, because if there was like 7 of you guys on like the U.S. time zone, then you guys were out active, and as soon as you guys were active, then like the East Coast people.
So obviously, I didn't attack their best defenses. I attacked the ones I could attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that was what I was doing too. I couldn't take down some of the best defenses. I was just going for ones that I knew I could take.
And you have your choice on what you attack. There is a certifiable ocean of lands out there that you can attack.
Oh, there's a ton.
Oh yeah. If one throne, if literally at one throne there's nothing for you to go for, you just go to another one. And when I say at one throne,
5 thrones, and each throne probably has 80 to 100 lands on it.
Yeah, there is a max amount of lands though on each throne. There is. At least there was. So it does cap out. The one thing that everybody complained about, and it was an issue, was the way that the way you could put lands on after the throne maxed out on the capacity of how many lands could be on it. It was very difficult to be able to put lands on after it was maxed out. So.
Yeah, that's where I always thought that each player should be on some kind of countdown. When you submit a land, then you're on a countdown. It also keeps people from just spending $150 and just spamming lands all over the place.
Yeah.
Just if you submit a land, you're on a 5-minute counter. You can't do it again. I did probably a dozen videos on how to make little tweaks to make Throne Wars operate better. Because while it was a freaking blast, the Throne Wars for me was probably one of my top experiences ever in this game. It had its flaws, but again, just make some tweaks.
Then I never had it. The best time I ever had was trying to get the legends with the team to get into Throne.
Dude, the battle to get there was incredible.
To get into Throne Wars, I mean, you were battling, and it was like you kept looking at the tablet. I have to get there, have to get there. It's like, we're going to make it, are we going to make it? It was the ultimate experience.
And there was plenty of teams in demotion just to get in. Just to get in the league. We're talking not top 3 to get a 4-star Titan in Masters. No. Or wait, no, I'm sorry, not top 3. The top spot to get a 4-star. We're not talking about that. We're talking about actually just the 25 teams to get in. So that's the kind of craziness that it is.
Wait, now you have 4. Well, we have 4 legend servers.
Yeah. Essentially.
So that's 200 teams.
Yeah, Austin Bird, you went from 1 to 25 and didn't get to experience Throne Wars. Well, you never know. You never know.
They have to bring it back.
Yeah, like I said, warts and all, I'm fine. I can't submit a land, or I disconnect, or some of the headaches we had previously. I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me. I'm just there for the freaking Throne Wars.
And like I said, right now, with how many attackers and defenders that we have, it wouldn't be a bad time.
It just reminds me of attacking a castle every time.
Yes.
It is.
It is.
Not only that, but they had even more pre-station troops. It was harder than attacking a garrison.
It's just so awesome. Just bring it back, please.
Oh, House.
And you know what it does, though? It revives. It kind of revives me and brings me back to the beginning of everything.
And everybody that was crying about, yeah, but it didn't work right. Guess what? Sit the week out. You don't have to play Throne Wars. Go down to Elite League.
Or Gold League with House.
I'm not going to Gold League. God, I'm playing Throne Wars.
I'm not going to Gold. I'll be up there in Legends League.
Me and House are going to be warring our faces off trying to get into Throne Wars.
Exactly. I'll be spinning the wife's debit like crazy.
Yeah. Ed Laura is going to be asking for donations.
Ed Laura ain't going to be asking for nothing. Forget it, babe. I'm going to Throne Wars.
Forget it. I don't care how mad you get.
Horse, whatever. Throne Wars.
Throne Wars.
You know what, though? People that came after Throne Wars never even got to experience it.
Yeah. Seriously, go back. You can look at mine and Zalon's old videos just for nostalgia. It was the best. You can see the headaches that we had. You're gonna see, and you can judge for yourself. Is it worth it or not?
And you're going to see that it was Arya and Urkon that were the Titans you could get.
What popped up on my YouTube today was a chef base god, and he was like a level 33, and he's like, oh, you want this, baby? P10, or no. He's like, you want this? Try this Mamesh on Garrison. I was like, oh my God, I'm a mess.
Yeah, get it.
It was like from 4 years ago.
Yeah, Castlemania P10 in anything is a heavy investment, because after P7 you're looking at investing the same amount of Titans again to get up to P10.
That's rough. You're gonna have to go full ed.
Yeah, you'd have to go full ed.
You know what happens to full heads? They get yanked off the live stream.
Yeah, they get yanked off the live stream. That's true. And they get their debit cards revoked. So let's see.
The last Throne Wars I did was with FL Rebel.
Oh, yeah?
And because I hopped out of, it was either Beta Souls or Events or Russ, and we went and built our own little war team because we were like, oh, Throne Wars, let's go. And no, everyone else was kind of cool on it. So we made our own team, warred our way into the Legends League server, and then, for like 8 or 10 hours a day, I was a shot caller, which it is the peak experience. If you're a war guy, and, you have raid parties and all that, this is a whole different animal. It works differently, but it is it is strategy and tactics at its apex.
And we're talking using voice on Discord, right? Right, Vintage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you want to pick your spots on thrones, and okay, you know, this team is loading up this thing. Let's go hit all their lands, and you know, it's just constant tactical deployment. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
And with a 10-minute timer, that's why in-game chat is actually not fast enough. That's why being on voice in Discord, believe it or not, was actually more efficient.
And then FL Rebel would take a shot calling, and then we had another player. It hasn't played in a long time, but who covered, you know, he was from Asia, so he would cover what was night for us.
Actually, our team would probably be pretty good with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got European guys, and because what you need someone either in the U.S. or South America. You got to have somebody in Europe, and then you need somebody either in Russia or Asia.
Yeah, because we got a lot of European people on our team that take over the nighttime.
Yeah.
And then you got Feranic in the future.
The team with Val and them is got a pretty solid team.
I think we would do very well in Throne Wars.
I agree.
We're doing good.
But it is the ultimate test. It is the ultimate test so far in the game. If they can come out with something that's I'm doing the air quotes here, similar to Throne Wars, because, you know, Raid Boss wasn't all that far off from, what was it when it first came out? A long time ago?
I forgot the name. I forgot the name of that.
Oh.
Yeah, Trials of
Power. TOP. Yeah,
that was the one that just kept on going and going and going until you dropped.
Yeah.
I can't remember them either.
Yeah, Trials of Power. You can always read. You always can search Zalon's videos. The collection is extensive.
Yeah, so go back and look at Zalon's videos. One of the last one they did, I think what killed Trials of Power is hackers, honestly. Anyway, some guy named himself Dawn of Titan Sucks and gave himself 3 billion points. Do you remember that?
3 billion.
Let's
see where we're at.
I think that was the downfall of Trials of Power.
Got another token, nice. All right, we're on our way.
They brought back something similar, Raid Boss, and we haven't seen it since.
Yeah, and of course that got still taken away as well. So I'm just saying, I'd like to see Raid Boss come back. I'd like to see a Throne Wars type event, because I honestly believe if they bring Throne Wars back, it's going to be like Throne Wars 2.0, but they may not call it Throne Wars. Who knows? They could call it Seat of Power for all I care. But it would still have thrones, but they just call the event something different, you know?
Next War.
No, unless that guy is sitting on the throne with the sword sitting between his legs, it's not Throne Wars.
Well, you can still use the same... Okay, they still... You know they reuse a lot of things in this game. A lot of relics and everything else are just reused event relics from the past. So
I have to see it, Dawn. I have to see it.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, trust me, the thrones themselves were...
happy, slappy, fun time. I don't care what they call it. Just bring it back.
Yeah, so I mean... But obviously they could easily change some little things, because in all honesty, I think they took all the Throne Wars maps, and aren't they pretty much a good majority of the Garrison maps right now?
No, they look like Conquest to me.
Oh, no, Conquest map? I just remember them taking all the Throne Wars maps and using them for something else. So, in all honesty, if anything, they would have to put new maps in there, because otherwise, if they're identical to what they have in right now, I don't know if they would do that. They most likely would put new maps in, just because...
They were different.
Yeah.
They had humongous flanks with jungle and stuff. I mean, they were radically different from what we have.
Yeah. So, I do believe they were used for something else, though. It might be Conquest.
They look like Conquest.
Specifically remember, there was this one map with this humongous jungle on the left side with a flank, and the Titan started in there, and he was concealed. Anyway, I specifically remember attacking that island once. Remember, Loki was the man back then. Anyway, I start the battle, and here comes Loki out of the freaking woods and just starts blowing everything up before I could react. It was amazing.
Castlemania, why don't the devs do voice chat in the game? Because it's going to be something that's... I don't believe that this model, what they use to code this game, I don't believe it's something that they could really add in with it without having a serious problem with the game.
That's the answer to that. This is a game. Kids play the game. They don't want the liability.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Oh, I 100% guarantee it.
Oh.
The lawyers were like, no, never happening.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Do you see the crap in global chat?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if there were voice?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the reason why they don't allow us to use our upload our own profile pictures.
So can you imagine when
death threats and I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, step a few months back, Salon, when they used to post in your YouTube.
Wait, are you talking about what?
When the developers would post in your YouTube. And
oh, you mean when the Hague dropped by?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden people started doing things that's like, liability, and they backed off. And we've never seen them since, correct?
Correct.
So somebody screwed it up.
Well, actually, to be real honest with you, do I believe that some of the people actually in the chat throughout my live streams, not saying this one specifically, but in the past, that are not obviously the Hague or Matt or Dom, do I believe that somebody from the development team hasn't said something in my chat before, but obviously on a name that I didn't know? I believe so. But obviously,
I agree
obviously
too.
We don't know who you are, so,
But we all know what they want.
So
that's why they got a hatred for vintage.
Oh, I'm 100% certain that during some of Vintage's premieres that there's developers watching.
No, there is. They got a hatred for him.
Yeah, well, no. There's people that work for the development team. Think about it this way, okay? Either you yourself, I'm talking about every single person listening to the stream, you yourself have been in an experience where you are working and you're like, you're in a particular job and you're like, oh man, if I was the boss, I'd do this, and this. And, and you're all about, you kind of know the ins and outs of your job really well, but at the same time, you don't work in a position where you can make those certain types of decisions that you would love to make and know that the rest of your coworkers would agree with you. So do you think there's people that work for Natural Motion that, do their job, love their job, and think that everything that we say on these live streams is absolutely 100% on point, or majority of it? And they might say something in the chat in agreement to certain things because, you know what, they agree. But they'll never say, hey, I'm also a developer at the place, and I wish my boss would just do exactly what you're saying in this certain case. I'm sure they're there.
Yeah, have you seen the guy that runs this game? He looks like the dude from The Hangover.
You think so?
No, exactly. What's that guy, Zach? What's his name?
Zac Efron.
Yeah, no, not Zach.
Galifianakis.
Exactly what it looks like. I saw that dude. I'm like, no wonder. We got the guy from The Hangover running this game.
So.
No wonder it's all fun. Oh, sorry, screwed up.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I just put it in perspective like that because I know we always address the developers as everybody that works there, more or less. But there's definitely people that work there that agree with certain things that we're saying all the time. But, they work in this department or they work in that department and they can't really do anything about it, but they agree. So.
I'm pretty sure that. Well, I know they watch your videos all the time. I'm pretty sure they watch Vintages.
Oh, I know they do. And they watch Churros, and they watch Darshigong's, and I know there's some people that at Natural Motion that will even watch yours house. You know why? Because it's on the weekend, and they want to know what you guys have to say.
No, they're watching my videos. They're not watching because it's just me. I'm taking over.
I know. All right, so I'm going to take it to, what was it, 3,000? We're at 2940. I got 60 more souls to go. I did put more stones down, but because we did go through the 200. But we're going to get to 3,000 souls here before the end of the stream, and then I will be back. Let's see. Probably, well, we'll see what's going on for next week's Titan. And if I can be back on Tuesday, I will. And we'll see what happens.
I think I got Sunday again.
We have Trials of Power. You got Sunday. And Chorito, I don't know if he's going to do anything either on Saturday or Sunday or not, whatever he's up to. But House will definitely be live streaming on Sunday to get everybody excited for the next upcoming week. Because, you know what? We got, Trials of Power? Or not Trials of Power. And he got me thinking TOP.
Well, see, look at wow.
We got the arenas. What's it called?
Theaters of War.
Theaters of War. Yeah, that's right. So we got Theaters of War, which means you will be able to get event relics for a Finish Plus event, which isn't bad. It's not bad, especially if you are interested in the golden relic that's going to be offered in this upcoming Finish Plus event. Which Darshigon, what is it going to be?
Wait, what was the question? Sorry, I stepped away for a second. What was the question?
Upcoming Finish Plus event, golden relic is going to be?
Dionysus is going to be Godfrey's poleaxe, probably.
There you go.
I mean,
oh, God, okay, sorry, I have 3 poleaxes. Don't want another.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they're good now. So, again, House, aren't you glad you kept a hold of them, right?
No, I'll probably just go to Dionysus.
Here's the thing, though. I was staring at this event slider, and I'm staring at the Earthshaker, and I was thinking, do I need a copy of this? I don't have a single. I'm defending 30 lands right now. I don't have a single champion defender.
So, in all essence, you really could just go with one Earthshaker.
Yeah.
So, Vintage, how many champion relics do you have? 5, sir.
3. I just pulled Scorpion last week.
Oh, you did pull Scorpion. You got DGs. You got DGs to play with there.
I got a Scorpion, 3 poleaxes, and 3 Earthshakers. I don't need any more.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You're good.
I got two Earthshakers and a Scorpion.
So if it's Dionysus, I'll just go to Dionysus, and if it's a relic, I'll go to the relic. And then after that, New Titan?
Well, yeah, we're getting, what's it called?
Hyperion.
Well,
Hyperion. Hyperion will be the possible last of these current Epsilon Titans, but possibly not. We'll see.
Yeah, there's no way they're only doing 3.
Because 3 would make this Pantheon collection obviously complete, but they could still do more and also obviously release another collection, because if they did 3 more and put another 4-star Titan in that was just doesn't have a Pantheon collection, they could just do that. Because Gaia wasn't included, so, well, throw her in.
So we're getting the DG Titans before Hyperion?
We might get information about them, yes. So you might see something in the blog next week or the week after, which would be before Hyperion. That's what I'm predicting. You're going to see something about either the DG Titans or the 5-star relics, one or the other.
So is Throne Wars coming for that?
Throne Wars, it'd be nice, House.
Come on, Dom. Egg.
Halo says, man, you guys are making me feel crappy about missing the Throne Wars. You have to be in Legends. Legends League, at least that's the way they did it the very last time that they put Throne Wars out. They only did it twice. They only put it available for teams in Legend League. So yes, there was a massive rush for teams to get into Legend League the week before. Yes, we did have notice to do so ahead of time. So plenty of players either created teams in Masters or joined teams in Masters and pushed up, or joined teams in Legends League and just stayed there, whatever. Well, that was the other thing, too, believe it or not. There was actually a huge, crazy fight for teams to even stay in Legend League as well. So, usually teams that are demoting down, there's a small portion of them in Legend League here I can show you now, just on the leaderboard, that there's teams in demotion that just don't care because they want to go back down to Masters. So, this ranked 26, 27, 28, 29, yeah, these are teams that are just demoting down. Yeah, they got millions of EP, but, and you notice right after 30, it drops from 41 million to 3 million. So, as soon as you see that jump, that's when you know there are a bunch of shells after that. So, yes, these are teams that do actually play the game, but they don't care about being demoted down. Or maybe not. Maybe 26 and 27 are trying to get out, but we'll see. But for the most part, the way it was during the weeks when Throne Wars would happen, a Legends League server would be active all the way down to probably like 35, maybe more, just because teams were fighting so hard to try to stay in Legend League.
There's gods. They're retired, though. Retired gods.
Oh, they're not retired.
Oh, no, they're retired. We retired them last week.
Mm.
Boom, boom.
I'm in the same server as usual on.
Are you?
Into that, but
Yeah. Acadian's out just below you.
I don't know what.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are we in Legends Server 4?
I raided you beginning of the week.
Oh, did you, Speaker?
We're in 3.
We're in 3?
4 is a wasteland.
We're number 1 and 3.
Nice. I think
Yeah, we were on server 4 last Conquest when we were like, how are we going to finish this event? There's no one here.
Yeah, that's rough. You want to be on an active Legends server if you can for Conquest.
Although you know what, with the advantage, honestly, with this team, we can battle for first in Legends 1. With that, if it was a 1-on-1.
Yeah, we got to try it at some point.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I think we're gonna get triple teamed.
I know something's coming. I already know.
But you gotta pay your dues. Maybe we'll take our licks the first couple weeks, but
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's see where we're at in souls. I think we got it probably down to pretty close. Yep, we got it. All right, cool. So we're at 3,000 souls.
Yep.
Oh, and we're at rank 101. We're almost there. Like I said, a good majority of our players are weekend warriors. So our as soon as we get up to our soul men, we should easily be in that top 100 mark, which will be on point for this week. And I hope that everyone is going to have a great weekend, as well as get what they're looking for out of this event. So, majority, I think, is going to be saving. But if you are going all the way, good luck and congratulations if you've already finished. Chorito, Darshigon House Vintage Speaker Face, as well as Mr. Extinction, Christian Woods, and Carries, AE. I do appreciate all the donations in this stream, as always, and I will be back. I'll be back next week. We'll have to see how it all pans out, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, so I will talk to you all again very soon. Have a good one, everyone.